Want to get those toughies and other rewards for free? From November 9th to 19th, simply conquer battle missions and get chests. To open them, tune in to the Blitz Stellar Cup live streams. By doing so, you'll snag the keys needed and earn up to 900 Ordium shards. Inside the chests, you'll discover a constellation of surprises, a mystery certificate among them. You'll also have the chance to obtain the mighty M4A1 Revalories and the Bofors Tornbang. Be sure to stay updated with the stream schedule on the official site and have a lot of fun.
Good evening, Europe! Here we go with the last stream of Blitz Stellar Cup Championship. My name is Alexandra. Here you can see Bushka, our legend, and welcome to the stream. This is Blitz Stellar Cup Finals for the European region. Here we go again. Sit comfortable in your places and enjoy the last stream with beautiful battles and matches from the strongest teams of European region. We are very excited to start, and let's go. How are you doing, Bushka?
I'm just worried about getting my keys. Am I going to get my keys? Gotta get my keys. Been watching that YouTube chat.
Yeah, that's what happens with the person who read YouTube chat before the stream starts.
Where's my keys?
Let me explain where are your keys, guys. To watch this stream and to get these rewards, you need to jump into your game and find the Blitz Stellar Cup event right in your garage. Just click on Blitz Stellar Cup event and find the links to the streams. These are yellow big buttons. You can see Alexandra and Bushka and 9-0. Here we are. 9-0 will join us a little bit later. You just click on this button and voila. You are on the official portal. You just need to be logged in to receive your rewards. Do not close the tab, do not reload the tab, and you'll receive your rewards. It's easy. I believe you can do it.
Yep. And once you get that done, we can start really watching some great tanking, which I'm very excited about today.
Absolutely. So, again, players are fighting for the real money, and viewers are fighting with Portal and with YouTube chat for the keys. For the keys that can be used to open some chests, beautiful chests that are already stocked in your storage, I believe, because you can receive them for completing daily missions. Open these chests, receive some things, and enjoy the stream, of course. So, let's check who is playing with us today. Let's check the brackets. And I know that one team is already waiting for the grand final in the upper brackets.
Yeah, B-Love. They looked absolutely devastating in the round robin yesterday. They really did the number on both Quick and 322, who went a little bit wild, running free object 263s on Middleburg and a couple of other odd jobs there. But B-Love, they look dominant. I'd be surprised if anyone troubles them today. Quick got a game back on them, but wow, they really look sensational. I was impressed with the way they came back on a couple of occasions, and their strat at the end on Port Bay was incredible. They absolutely just took a must-win game and ran the most beautiful strat. It looked tight at the end, but they were in control all the way through, and they really did just outthink the opposition. That game for me was a sign of a team in absolutely top flight form. I'd love to see more of B-Love, possibly in an offline at some point. But today, it's going to be up to Arpa and Quick to try and take them out.
Yeah, I still see some questions about the portal on our live chat on YouTube. Guys, try to refresh your cookies and cache, and I believe that it might help with solving your technical problems. If not, try to use different links. Maybe me and Bushka are not the best people for your device.
There's a lot of people trying to get on there. Popular game, yeah. Popular EU portal. This is the big one. This is a very competitive server, and it's a server that's got no meta. It's just crazy right now. EU. The meta is just wild. So I really enjoy these games, and make sure you keep working on it and refreshing your portal, and you'll get there and you'll get your keys and go home a happy little Vegemite.
Yeah, if you don't get the keys from portal, just get the keys from your house. Keys are the keys.
they're under the mat.
Yeah. So, quick up, but back. We all know these teams very well from the previous tournaments, and they are all professionals. They are ready to set the battlefield on fire. Let's check the visit cards, and let's get these teams known better.
Well, perennial favourites for a Euro final here. This is Striker. Now, this is quick. These are the new kids on the block. There's a dynamic duo is there. KM Slocks. There is a couple of dirties running around. There is Baby Potato. Great games yesterday too. Baby Potato did really, really well. Bot 2B. How do you get an AMX up there? Must have been an airdrop. That is brilliant. Oh, look at the grills. Wonderful stuff. Bring Messi back. Put him on the back of Fort Despair. Whoa! Love it. Absolutely love it. There's Dirty, the first of the dynamic duo. And there should be another Dirty coming straight up. Alexandrium. A wonderful human being, Alexandrium, as the German heavies go dropping off the top turnbuckle. The art department has absolutely knocked this out of the park. There is Dirty Devotion. So that is quick with that jet-powered snail for the logo. Sensational team, really winding through the good stuff yesterday. Really upset ARPA in the first go-round and forced a playoff for the upper bracket final, which was really impressive.
Let's check the ARPA team, legendary ARPA team.
Legendary ARPA team indeed. Have been heavily featured all over the place. That is... What was that? Here is Uni from ARPA. Rolls right off the tongue. Yennefer of Witcher fame. Loves a bit of Yennefer in the day. Well, who wouldn't want a bit of Yennefer in the day? Winchelade. A wonderful ARPA human. Big black online. Lovely stuff. The E5 as the turrets go rocking and socking. What do they got up for us? Object 3 reversing, but never going backwards in the game. Days. And we can see here the captain, my captain, ARPA, looking brilliant. Apathy, no apathy there at all. They are ready to rumble, ready to rock, looking dangerous.
Absolutely. And of course, Bad Bug, who is already in the upper brackets, the champions of our last Blitz Cup championship. Best of luck to the teams.
Yeah, they're going to need it. Whoever comes out of this quick ARPA team matchup is going to have their work cut out for them. Bedbug have been sensational all the way through, and we'd expect them to be defending the title, and that's exactly where they are.
And let's check how they became the teams who are fighting for the champion title. Let's call 9-0 our analytic to the studio to discuss the previous days, how it was, and what should we expect from today's battles. That's the questions we want to know. Hello.
G'day.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to be here.
Good to have you.
Yeah, we're seeing Quick, and also, I mean, Quick is probably the biggest surprise of the whole tournament here. They were winning the last Challengers tournament, and now they were the first team to get their invite into the top 8 tournament, and now they are in the top 3. This is already an amazing task here that they completed there, and I don't know how far they can still get. They have done some great stuff. Yet I'm not fully convinced yet by them, I've got to say, with all honesty. I will have to see whether they can make it against these top teams who have been on the top of the league for so many seasons already. Especially B-Love is the one to beat, I would say. B-Love just being really, really strong in the past tournaments, and especially like last season they won, of course, and this tournament, this season, they even got stronger. And then we've got APA, who have won a lot of seasons in the past as well, but they have struggled a little bit, and they will have to get back to the former form and just figure it out a little bit. I don't really know if they have it, but they do have the team members with a skill level definitely to get B-Love defeated.
Okay, so I so agree that Quick, a big surprise, a big pleasant surprise for us.
Yeah.
Should we expect a legendary duel between Apos and Backbug again, or Is there any chance for the Quick to be in the finals against Buildup?
I would think so. I would think that it would be API versus BLove in the grand finals. But as we've seen with the Battle of Predictions as well, it's not always the most likely outcome that is going to happen. I'm actually not having that many points there, because sometimes there are going to be surprises. There are teams having good form, bad form for a day. And also just yesterday, Quick was defeating API already on a 4-3. I believe it was very close. Yeah. So I don't know if Quick was just in good form yesterday while API was in bad form, or if Quick is actually just a stronger team. We will see how API is going to perform today. I think for API it is so important to really prove their skill now, because for them it's so crucial now. They have won so many seasons. They did not make it in the last grand final, and now they really struggled a lot in the lower bracket. Still have their chance for the grand finals, for the grand prize pool, but they have to defeat Quick first after they lost to them. It's a rematch.
Do you think that ARPA may well have just not been putting their best strats on the table versus Quick?
I don't think that it is that much about the strategies, but rather just API. We have to keep in mind, last season they had a different roster. They had different people on their core. I think they lost 3 or 4 members of the core. I think rather 3, and made some changes there. They still have a large part of the core, of course, on the field, but they just had to reform again, and that's often happening with the top-level tournament teams. So they are just getting some new players in, just hoping for some better chances, and some great players are also leaving, like Kitsune. I think he's playing with the Bad Bug team on G-Game, on the Russian server as well. So he was just moving over to his guys there, thinking, well, let's just play together and have a better time there. And for him, it probably was the right choice. As it is looking right now, cannot judge the final outcome just yet. Also, some others left for different kind of reasons, but API just has to build the team spirit again there to come back.
Should we expect something crazy from any of these teams? Because we know that European server is about surprises, about some
it's the first time I've
strange
seen
outcomes.
In all the other tournaments, like they boosted on, was it Molenbeek? They boosted, or Alpenstadt. They boosted it might have even been Kitsune. They boosted in the concept yesterday, and none of the other servers have tried to boost anyone this time around.
These boosts mostly don't really work out
No,
too
they
well.
don't.
That's a feeling. Mostly it's just one tank being in the back and farming, being out of the fight, giving up the good map
One
control.
time it worked when Messi went up there on 4 despair, and it worked so well.
It was
In good memory.
unexpectedly,
Yeah.
Sometimes they work. I remember one day Ufmanjash also tried some push, and it worked.
They did do that a few times on Naval Frontier.
Or Alpenstadt also.
Yeah,
There were some
Alpenstadt,
pushes
right.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But mostly, I don't think that we are going to see the most surprising strategies here anymore. I mean, the team known for such surprises is out already, which is 3-2.
Yeah.
And the others are more playing a more conventional gameplay. They're still having different approaches to the season, to the meta here. Like Quick is just committing more to the Chieftain lineups, and the other teams are favoring the AF215B or even the VK72. I think it is for the BLove team rather. This season, this meta still has to evolve a little bit. It was kind of interesting because of the meta shift on a big update with the rebalancing right before the season. Many teams did not have like the one tank to go for, like the Stridswagen was on the last season, and they were really trying out different stuff. And also mostly just playing more passive games. We're going for map control, good pushes, just playing carefully, working their way forwards. That's what they are known for, especially API and BLove. And yet we have to remember last season in the grand finals, API was also packing out some pushing strategies, like on Middleburg, where they just pushed through B up the hill and off they went into the BLove team. So maybe they're just saving the good stuff with a big surprise until the very end, going to come out then on top with some stuff that is just that
I've
no one's
never
expecting
seen
that.
so many hit points on these final series. We
Yeah.
had BLove yesterday, had, what was it, 19,800 hit points in a
Absolutely.
setup. That's incredible. We've never seen such huge hit point pool finals before.
These guys know
especially
how
on-
to play Blitz.
Yeah.
Especially on the maps like Dynasty's Pearl, where
Yeah.
we're just having like 7 mouses occasionally. I don't think I've seen 7 mouses yet, but at least 6 of them, and that's
Yeah.
already almost 20k hit points. So that's crazy then. Lots of farming to do for the teams there. It's kind of tricky to fight against that. Although the mouses don't have the most armor, they still are not easy to push onto.
No. It's it makes for a long game, a big war of attrition. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
we'll see what's going to happen today on the battlefield. We're very excited. So, Paul, last prediction from you. Well, the first match is going to be best of 7. That means that we need 4 victories. How many battles should we expect?
For the first game, I have an idea for the finals, but for the first game, I don't know. Quick versus API. I think API is winning this. Let's say they are. Wait, it's best of 7, right? So, let's 4-3, maybe. Or maybe 4-2 for API.
Good expectations.
I think it will be close, just judging on the games yesterday. But I've got the feeling that API might be even stronger than yesterday.
So
Maybe.
fingers crossed for Apathy, of course, and best of luck to Quick Team, kind of newcomers in our grand finals of European Championship. So we wish really best of luck to both teams, and we want to enjoy as beautiful battles as it's possible. Paul, thank you so much. We'll see you after the first match to discuss how it was.
Enjoy.
Okay, it's high time to check the pick bands and to know the maps we are going
Pick
to
band,
play.
baby. Let's have a look at some of these pick bands here. No Canal again, which is disappointing. My favourite map in all of the game. But Normandy and Rockfield. Rockfield is just a staple of these tournaments. Ghost Factory, we saw a little bit of Ghost Factory. 1 Ghost Factory on the Asian finals. Middleburg, Vineyards, and Port Bay. Now, I know there was a huge game yesterday on Port Bay for B-Love against Quick. They will, hopefully, if we get that far, Quick will be hoping that it doesn't go the same way. They lost that one. Middleburg as the tiebreaker, which is a pretty interesting map as a tiebreaker, actually. That's a map where you see a lot of games decided very early on with the rotations on the top. People getting kit as they cross. But again, B-Love dominated that yesterday. A great run at Middleburg. I'd be surprised if ARPA and Quick get to 7. I think it's going to be the case where ARPA, if they're on form, if they discover that chemistry, they'll be too good and too experienced. If they're not on form, these guys went to 7 yesterday, then I think Quick may well dust them up because they'd be all the better for racing against the B-Love team. All in all, a pretty solid roundabout there for the pick bands.
We'll start with the beautiful Normandy map.
Yeah, Normandy time.
Yes.
Always a good map, Normandy.
How was your
interesting.
battle on Normandy map?
Yeah, my battle
A few
I was playing.
minutes
I
ago.
got 2v1. I was the bat chat on Normandy trying to 2v1 the mouse. Who gave him 3,000 hit points, for God's sakes? Beautiful map. This low D cap area gets really exciting. Or actually, the A cap area down the bottom. You see some very cool tactics down there. I'll be interested to see if we get any TDs here. Light tanks are a must on this. If you don't have a light tank, you lose a lot of the vision and you can really get outplayed. We'll be looking for bat chats and heavies, possibly a heavy with a little bit of gun depression for that top area. We saw the Asian servers 215Bs going ham. There's been a lot of chieftain talk amongst the quick kids. If chieftains come out here, they'll certainly be looking to make some work on that hill and get the job done. But I'd also be thinking that the low end, we've seen some great strats on the low end over the years. Really great map to play, really exciting.
Do we need the light tank on this map?
You do.
I believe yes.
Bushka loves lights, and you absolutely need a light here. The Asia server finals, where 2 seasons ago with F Silver and Shugu and Mugu going absolutely ham in T100 LTs, that was a highlight of esports blitz style for me. And I think the vision you get from the middle is especially important. Without light tanks, you don't have that flexibility, that mobility late game. Getting a clipper like a Batchat around behind the enemy spawn late game is something you can only do with that mobility. Super important, but keeping them alive until then is difficult.
Will we have any tank destroyers?
Probably not, but EU's wild.
Yeah.
EU is
Now
the most maverick
start.
server. And we've lost Alpenstadt, who is the most maverick of all the Mavericks. They ran 3-2-6-3s on Middleburg yesterday, which was just wild. Didn't work, but it was exciting to watch. They nearly came back. They just struggled a little bit against the Mouses and the hit point sharing, but EU does that. EU has a mixed server meta, and it's a melting pot of just wild ideas, and you come up with sometimes just great things.
Yeah, for those who don't understand what we are talking about, Alpenstadt, his current in-game name is Way to Success, and he played in 3-2 team yesterday. Unfortunately, they left our championship, but we, of course, congratulate them with the fourth place.
Fourth place,
yeah, and Way to Success, aka Alpenstadt, he's the man of weird strategies and tactics.
Weird strats.
And surprises on the battlefield. Absolutely about him. But he's a great player, a young one, but he made his team win for a couple of times. He left to the victory, so he led this team to the victory. And he's a chess player.
Yeah,
I know that
right.
chess players are very clever people.
That's right. Very clever people.
Yeah, you have this mindset, analytics, tactics.
That's the best part of Blitz, is it is a tactical chess game at the same time as being full-throated brawling. And there's nothing else out there in terms of gameplay that offers the same kind of esports feel for me. It's a very interesting. The game mechanics themselves make it so interesting. And when you get the players who do this consistently, now that we have like a consistent amount of seasons, the players have adapted and made their own kind of chemistry. It's been very exciting. And we're back on Normandy.
Yeah, we just need
The
to
map's so
learn
good,
this map
we
by
needed
heart.
to look at it twice. Oh, there's a lot of people in the chat there working. I think there's a lot of traffic hitting that EU portal. Normandy. It's going to be a great map to actually set things off on Normandy. The division of labour between the low end of the map and the top end of the map, and how quickly you can get tanks up to the top to deal with the pushes, is going to be interesting. I called it 215Bs. You can see 3 of them for the ARPA team there, and then we have 1 Batchat, a bunch of IS7s, a Kranvargen Hagen-Dargen, 1 215B, and 2 Chieftains for Quick. There is no light tank for ARPA. So Dirty is going to get to that decap early. Going to absolutely start that cap early. They are going to get a cap advantage. ARPA does not look like they are mucking around, though. They are sending 5 tanks low, below the line of the B cap. Now, that is a heavy hand this early in the map. They've got 1 heavy all the way back there. You can see Object in the 215B. Alexandrium spotting in the Chieftain and the Kranvargen. Kranvargen's going to be pretty strong there. The Chieftain's got a great turret, but you can absolutely spank through the top of it if you get the shots off. Look at Daze and Uni from ARPA. They've gone low. Baby Potato holding behind the A cap there. Lots to do here. 3 tanks in the middle. The light of Quick. We talked about they can get Batchats through the opposition spawn. Just trading across the top there. Dirty Devotion, the Kranvargen, is taking a lot of hits. Really not liking that. He's had to drop right back there. Bot 2B and Alexandrium taking the early lead as Dirty Devotion reloads the clip and gets back up. Big fall on the hit points there. 2K ahead ARPA, but they started well up because they don't have a Batchat. They are not running any kind of mobility. The 215B with the engine boost is pretty good. Great shots there from the camera. Look at that. Right up in the face. The 2 Kranvargens just peeking. Obviously, that's the Kranvargen on top for ARPA. Has a much better angle. Baby Potato, they're going to cycle through the hit points. IS7 doesn't have any gun depression, so there's not going to be much IS7 peaking there, but it's a tank to hold. and it's going to keep them from doing anything. The Object, if you check the back of the map, Object is rotated all the way around behind that C cap, because I think Quick are being forced to make a move here. The Batchat, that's KM Slocks, and the Batchat of Dirty Nib, he's gone over the top and dumped a clip, and they are now pushing 3 tanks up towards that 2. So between the A and the B cap, there is a tank advantage. Arpa with a big hit point advantage. That's extended out to over 2k now. All the action up the top of the D cap. KM Slocks is going to get rocked. The Batchat is leaving, that is Dirty Nib. An Object wants to chase, but has been pulled back, and they're going to get the first tank out. That's KM Slocks. Quick in all kinds of trouble here. They're trying to make a move now and rolling low under the cap. This is not going to be decided by cap points. Arpa don't care about lights because they are grinding through Baby Potato on the top end there. Uni from Arpa. Bot 2B with a great move down on the Kranwagen, who is on the reload for the clip. Bot 2B, the IS-7 doesn't have the best DPM in the world, but it's going to be challenging here. He's not firing, he's holding. That is absolutely brilliant, but it's going to come too late. Arpa now coming in like a storm. Object behind Dirty Devotion. Daze, Baby Potato out. Jennifer from The Witcher, loving it. And Bot 2B in the IS-7, who made that late push on the Kranwagen down the bottom, is going to go the way of the Dodo as well. And that is a convincing win. Arpa looked to be back. Absolutely back. That was well handled across the board. Arpa devastating there. They did not run a light tank. They weren't able to take any real solace from that. The kids from Quick, the Batchat you can see did plenty of damage.
Absolutely. As Kronwag did.
3,700. 3,700. The Batchats have been the big winners this tournament series. On the NA, it wasn't the grand finals, but in the lead up, I think it was Barcode did 7.5k in a Batchat, which is a tough gig. And then yesterday, I believe it may well have even been Wolf Punjar who did 5.5k in a Batchat. So the Batchat's really shining.
Damage dealers on
That's
Batchat.
a lot of damage, yeah.
Okay, so Batchat seems like to be the best light tank for this season. And
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like a good balance changes that were applied in our seasonal update. What's going to happen in the next seasonal update? We'll know. I know that our balance designers prepare some surprises for you.
It's great. I do love it because it means that when you get a tank, it's going to be relevant again. Like there's a chance it's going to come back around. Look, this was really a very solid, simple game from Arpa. They held at the back. Object was all the way at the back. And then they called that move up top and they managed to put 3 tanks on 2 at the very top of the map. And then it just crumbled from there. It was the edge of the wedge. As soon as they got rid of that 1 tank up the top, that was poor old KM Slocks, Dirty Nib had to bail out. They played it really solid, really simple, made it a hit point trade, made it more guns, and just won it easy. I think that if Quick could have that back, they might have been a little more decisive in making a push or a move. As it was, they just left the 2 tanks up the top and waited for them to get rolled down. Arpa knew how many tanks were in front of them down the bottom. And they could make it a 3v2. They had all the hit points to hold. Just a good, solid tank. Yeah, good, solid game.
Yeah, actually Normandy was picked and chosen by the Quick team. And the next map we're going to see is the Rockfield, and that's opposite choice. Will they switch the maps according to victories?
Yeah,
We'll
well,
know.
we saw that in the NA Grand Finals where they just kept going backwards and forwards.
Absolutely.
Breaking each other's serve, to use a tennis analogy. The Rockfield, exciting because all the servers have had Rockfield feature in the finals. And they've all played it differently. And I will be watching carefully to see if Arpa does anything extra special here. There is a lot of opportunity for, well, counter-pushing Rockfield because it is a very quick map to transition from one side to the other. Generally, it's how much it costs you to transition across. The teams that take advantage and get crossfires do very... Pash Jet on the Asia server was one who got caught crossing at the back, and that snowballed. It turned it into a 6v7, and they absolutely got belted for it. I will be watching eagerly to see if anyone makes a tardy or a late rotation. That's generally when you get troubled. This time we have double Batchat for Quick, just the one Batchat, and that is Big Black Pipe for ARPA. Uni in an IS-7 is the standalone IS-7, double 15B and triple 7201. So plenty of hit points on offer there for ARPA. Dirty Noob and Baby Potato are going to be running the Batchats for Quick. And again, double Chieftain, Kranvagen, and a 7201K. So same but different. Oh, Black Pipe getting absolutely flogged right off the start. They picked him. They absolutely picked him. They put 2 Batchats in B, which is absurd. Who puts 2 light tanks into Super Cap B, Double Cap B? Uni is leading the charge across the top. They've spotted it. They've isolated it and said, look, if 2 Batchats are in B, someone's in a Kranvagen over there. There can only be 4 tanks up here. And they're trying to turn this into a trade fest, a.k.a. Rote Nova on the Asia server finals. Day's going high off the top turnbuckle with a 215B, but they are really not getting the job done there. They've pushed forward, they've got the area, but they don't have the cap. There is not much happening there. There is a big move back from Quick. ARPA really pushed hard there. That was great work. Great work from Quick to get that cap. Really exciting stuff. Big Black Pipe got hammered and is really combat ineffective right now. Flexible and mobile, he's gone all the way back. Winchellade going low, and he's in that dip. That is really nice work from Winchellade. They're not going to be able to punish him for that because he's behind that cover. I take it back. They have punished him. They've absolutely flogged him. Dirty Devotion gets into it, and we've lost one already. That's Bot 2B in the Chieftain now. Daze looks low. Winchellade looks low. Uni looks low. Look at that. Down the bottom, Winchellade goes out, so they've evened it up on guns, but quicker ahead ever so slightly on the hit point pool. This is not going to go down to caps. Big Black Pipe still in it. He's trying to get the gun back to bear, but Dirty Nib and Baby Potato are absolutely rolling. Uni's going to go out. Wonderful work at the Batchat from the back. ARPA's starting to bleed everywhere. They need a big hit here from Yennefer. Striker bashing back on the Kranvagen, dumping the clip. One more. Can he do it? And that's Yennefer gone as well. This is all over, I think. It's going to take a big move here. Dirty Nib holding. KM Slocks. Daze has to do something sensational for ARPA, or this is the end. Oh, that's it. 2 tanks on the 1 tank. That's how you do it. How can you be on 18 hit points? You'd be absolutely filthy. It won't make any difference in the end. There's Dirty Nib. Quick with a wonderful electric start. Put ARPA on the back foot, and they never regained their composure.
So, seems like they're choosing maps for each other.
Yeah,
not
they're
for
choosing
themselves.
each other's maps.
Okay.
What? Who puts 2 Batchats? I love you. Who takes 2 Batchats and drives them straight to B? And not only that, but spots the opposition Batchat and deletes him right off the go. Someone's sunglasses are on backwards. That's good. As long as you're winning, who cares?
You can put them even on your back. Okay, so here we go. The current score is 1-1. Beautiful European finals. I like it very much.
Yeah, wonderful stuff. Really wonderful stuff. ARPA and Quick 1-1 and...
Snake versus Snail, you see?
Snake versus Snail. I love it.
But Snail is equipped with 2 Batchats.
Let's have a look at this. Dirty Nib and Baby Potato, both double cap B, and then Big Black Pipe tries to sneak up on that edge, gets spotted, and it's not the Batchats that hit him. It's the guys on top of the A-cap area there. They absolutely spanked him. Well, ARPA have got a game on their hands because that was both an innovative strat and well-executed post. Like, they took the initiative and then they did not relinquish it. They maintained a steady hand all the way through and they ground them down. Even when they were in a little bit of trouble, when ARPA pushed, they tried to turn it into a brawl. They just gave ground. They flowed back. Maybe something they learned a little bit of from playing B-Love yesterday, where B-Love constantly just took their punch, rolled backwards, and then reset. Quick, showing wonderful patience and composure all the way through on that one.
So, the next map is picked only by the bravest, smartest, and the most extreme players on the server. Ghost Factory. Ghost Factory, so complicated map for the spectators, but so beautiful and fresh for the players.
I do wonder if the Ghost Factory strat we're going to see here is influenced at all by the strat that we saw in the, I think it was the Asia Finals, where they had a wonderful, they withdrew down their own line, back down through spawn, and baited a push on Rote Nova, and then absolutely thundered all over them. It's going to be a tough map to work out. There's an awful lot that can go wrong here because the map is very difficult. There's a big block of buildings in the middle. There's no quick ways through. If you get caught on one side of this map, you're on your own. Big black pipe in the bat chat again. Days in the 215B, Uni in the IS-7. We're seeing our first mouse here and then a couple of VKs and a WZ113G FT. It has certainly been the TD du jour. Lots of people running that, very popular. Quick, there is Dirty Nib in the bat chat. A couple of chieftains, as per usual. Sloxy, KM Slox in the 215B. Alexandrium copying the mouses with Baby Potato. And Dirty Devotion in a 9001P. Now, they are double capping there, grabbing C cap. We've not seen much in the way of cap points here, though. Both these teams well and truly keen to finish things off with the gloves in the ring. This is very similar to what we saw in the Asia Finals. ARPA are holding back around that one spawn. They're finally getting someone in the decap, and that is Uni, but Uni wants to be a little bit careful here. He is isolated. Obviously, they've set a trap there. There's two VKs. You can see Winchelade and his amigo just holding behind that B cap. Not going into B. Mouse, Baby Potato, and Co. They may well believe that ARPA are all set right back at the spawn. The first one to cross there is going to find out very quickly that they are not all back in the spawn. That's a wonderful shot from Uni in the IS-7. These guys make the IS-7's gun just look so easy to use. I run things on the IS-7 and I could not throw it in the ocean if I was standing on the beach. The tank just doesn't work for me, but God, they can hit with it. Uni withdrawing here. Now, I wonder if that is a bait, if Baby Potato is going to roll through there and have a look. Quick showing a lot of composure, a lot of patience. They are up on caps, and they are actually about even on hit points. Only 200 the difference here, even though Baby Potato has taken a little Baby Potato hit. A lot of disconnection here, though. If ARPA were to push someone, which I don't think they're going to do, they seem pretty satisfied with everything. The quick guys are rolling back around through their own spawn now. You can see that the bat chat's doing a lot of work. Almost de rigueur in the comp scene to go one way and then completely reverse and roll the other. ARPA have got sick of waiting. They are massing up here behind the A cap. Now, two of those tanks are spotted. Both of the ARPA tanks there at A are spotted. They're chieftains though, so they're pretty nimble, and you can see them absolutely bolting. They've got the turrets backwards. This is somewhat of a bait. They're running all the way back, but there is a third member of the team there holding as well. Well, this is 3 minutes in, boys and girls, and we have not seen a whole lot of anything. ARPA are like, well, we're here. We may as well cap A. We'll grab A anyway. Quick counter-capping that decap. So they're going, no. Yeah, they are. They've grabbed the decap as well. And that is now 2 caps to 1. ARPA v Quick. Not much happening. Quick have completely rotated out. They are counterclockwise, the ARPA boys at the start, and now they are clockwise. They are turning all the way through. There's not much point to go through the spawn. I don't think they're going to go all the way down the one line. That would be a little bit of a waste of time. They're going to try and hook up there. You can see big black pipe holding behind that bush there. One of the best spotting opportunities you're going to get. And he's had a little hit down at KM Slox. Got one more to go and lands all 3. God, you love a bat chat for that. And another one. That was Days, I think, in the 215B. Uni now adding insult to injury. KM Slox, you can only run so far, and eventually you have to find someone. And Quick are all squashed up in the corner here. 684, Arpa are recapping C. They're going to go up if they can hold that. Yennefer in the mouse, though, looking awfully isolated in that C cap. I don't know if it's worth holding to grab. Yennefer is going to come under the gun. Alexandrium and Dirty Devotion are pushing to the left side there. How much support has Yennefer got? There are 2 VKs over there on the other edge. We'll just have to see how that works out. KM Slox is very thankful to still be alive on 12 hit points. He's spotted and is currently trying to dig a hole behind one of those mounds at the D cap. Huge problems there for KM Slox. Very, very difficult. Winchelade, Uni and Daze doing yeoman's work in the middle. In fact, Daze has rotated all the way back around again. Look how much movement we have got going on here. Both these teams are waiting for that magic 800, 850 mark to pop up. It looks like the boys and girls of Quick are going to get there first. Once they get there, it's 40 points per clear. So if you can get 1 or 2 clears, then you are absolutely through and winning. Arpa looking every inch the champion here, winning all the returns there. Alexandrium got flogged. Dirty Devotion coming through, careful. Has to be very careful about the next move. Dirty Devotion, the 9001P. If he pushes through, things could get difficult. Yennefer taking a big chunk there. Yennefer is under the pump, right in the middle of that ghost factory, trying to angle to bot 2B as Uni comes screaming in. Yennefer out. Uni's putting one in the baby potato, but so is Dirty Nib, dumping a clip in the back of Uni. Uni's desperate, giving up the gun. As long as Uni can get baby potato, it'll be worth it. About to reload, sharing the hit points. Can Uni get the shot? Oh, what a great shot over the top of the Chieftain. Absolutely clutch. And that is now 3 guns down for Quick and 2 for Arpa. The hit points are about even. Winchelade, not long for this Earth, I'd say. In a very big gunfight. Here comes Black Pipe, chasing Dirty Nib. That's a big, big hit. That was the winning knockout punch, I think. Winchelade on 16, 984, 987, 996. And that's it, 1,000. I would just like to salute Uni for that shot. Over the top of the Chieftain in front with an IS-7 into the mouse to clear. That was absolutely the piece de la resistance. 3 tanks on him, just desperately turning that IS-7 around and dropping one right through the front hatch of the big buffy German heavy. Well done, Uni.
Beautiful.
Lovely stuff.
Those IS-7 staying alive till the end. What a beautiful battle it was. And KM Slox, he was also trying to stay alive till the end of the battle.
Yeah, here we go.
This
is Uni right here. Look at this. Bot 2B is in front. He's shifting the gun up and down, trying to stop him. Baby Potato rotating back, perfectly angled, not perfectly enough. Uni just made that trade, turned it into a 1-for-1. And Big Black Pipe, struggling with the bees, rolling through the back end to clear Dirty Nib. 2-1 to Arpa.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess that was the longest battle on European region.
Yeah, that
in
went
the tournament.
and went. I don't know how much time was left at the end, but it took them a long time to start throwing punches.
Yeah. They were like witches dancing in the coven,
Yeah.
here and there, preparing for their
What
attack.
an analogy. Get into it.
Yeah, well, that was beautiful. Beautiful 4 minutes of no
Nothing.
action
There's
on
nothing.
the battlefield. Yeah, but on the last moment, they've decided to make action, and that helps a lot. And 1 more point goes to Arpa. Congratulations. So the next map is going to be Middleburg.
Yeah, we've seen some very cool strats here on Middleburg. A lot of it is about the lights spotting the heavies coming up that hill. And if they can do that, it's going to be wonderful. They get free shots across. Everyone goes home happy on the team that gets the spotting. If they can't do that, or if they go for a town strat and hold, then it becomes a very different kettle of fish. And that can be intimidating to try and push into town when there are so many big heavies. One of the big problems in public games is people go town and then they go all the way through town and start climbing the hill on the other side, which is pointless. That doesn't happen in these games. If they get an advantage, they hold it. Again, Dirty Nib in the bat chat. Again, no bat chat for Arpa. So they are really bucking the trend here on Middleburg with the lack of bat chats. That's okay though. They have no intention of going anywhere near the hill. Dirty Nib, he's spawned at sea, so he knows there's no one up there. There is no point. Like, if you're not in a light tank, you're not going to spawn up the top. Dirty Nib has to choose between getting C for free and giving his team vision. Obviously, there are so many hit points for Arpa there. They want to cross. They want to get to bear. Dirty Nib's going to get the word soon to go and cap that C cap. I can't imagine that Arpa have any intention at all of letting this go to supremacy points, because they simply won't be able to cap 2 caps with this strat. This is an A cap only strat, so there has to be a push at some point through the middle. Someone is going to have to eat a clip of bat chat, and we're going to start seeing Dirty Nib roll forward and look to give vision for his team. He's being very, very cautious at the top there. If he runs into one of these big TDs, you can see that there's 2 WZ113G FTs that are running. Wow! Striker in the mouse just got... That is a lot of hit points. That's 2k hit points gone. Forget about my 2k strat, that 2 cap strat. Arpa have decided they don't care. Dirty Nib was rotating behind C and did not get any shots across at all into Arpa as they went over. And that is not a good look. They now have 2 caps in town, have pushed quick all the way back nearly to their spawn. The WZs aren't doing much, but even if Dirty Nib spots those WZs now, there's no one there who can really take advantage of it. And once he fires that first shot, they are going to be looking at him. Here he comes. We thought we might see this a little bit earlier in the day. He's getting right up the top. Object is down, tucked into that berm there. Dirty Nib knows he's there. He also knows if he overplays his hand, gets spotted by one of these heavies moving backwards, then there's going to be 2 very beefy TDs. This is danger time. Knocked a tree down and he's spotted. They've been waiting for it. I wonder if Object is going to pop up. There it goes. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Object, you saw that streak behind Dirty Nib. That was Object in the WZ firing one off. Striker's in big trouble. Now he's okay on the outside there. Dirty Nib can back him up. I would expect Big Black Pipe and Co to start pushing out towards the C cap and delete Striker. And you can see Arpa have found their advantage and they're starting to grind it in. All the guns are on the outside. The WZs are still holding behind. It makes it hard to push when there's 2 TDs there. Striker, he's done well. He was on no hit points for a very long time. Big Black Pipe in the BK. He's got to go. They've got to get rid of him. And that's it. Arpa have won that one and they've won it easy. They have won it easy.
Even the blessed bat chat on Quick Team didn't
No, well,
save the
they
situation.
didn't pay anything. And I think having those 2 TDs made it very difficult for Dirty Nib to act. He was always worried about getting shot by one of those WZs. You saw
Reasonable.
They were waiting for him. Yeah, reasonable worry. Yeah. But this spot that he's in right there,
Yeah.
that's where he can dump the clip across as they move through to that B cap. He was just rotating at the top when they moved across. They never got spotted. They pushed right through, took B, and they had all the map control, all the hit points. That was such a solid meat and potatoes drive from Arpa. There was no flash.
I think that was a mice game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All about mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was beautiful and a very confident victory from the Arpa. 3-1.
Well, Quick, they've had one wonderful game where they
2-1.
looked incredible. They need to have another. They need to replicate some of the form that they had on Rockfield, take it back in and turn this into a real matchup. Arpa looking a lot like the Arpa of old right
Absolutely. Yeah, maybe the Quick Team will feel themselves better on the Port Bay map that was picked by Arpa.
now. Yeah, well, the one thing I would think bears in the positive light for Quick is that they played B-Love here yesterday, and B-Love beat them, but they might have learned a lot from that map because they fought back very hard against one of the best strats I've ever seen on Port Bay, and they made a game of it. they'd have to feel confident from that. Like if they can take that from B-Love, take their best hit, and come back out and nearly punch them, I think they'll do okay here. I think if they're up against it, Port Bay's not a bad map for them to be up against it on. It's a difficult map.
We haven't seen it yet, right?
Yeah, it's a difficult map. It's the C cap is where they want to go. You want to get an easy C cap. ARPA haven't been running lights or meds. I would think this would be a map where it would help, but who knows? They seem to be winning without them, so it could very well be that they are a bit of Blitz Twister Cup. Look at that.
Beautiful Easter egg.
Takes me back to 2016. There's Dirty Nib in the bat chat, and we have no lights again. Now, do they send the bat chat to see quickly to get that capped ASAP? It would be a very, very good thing for them if they could sneak that C cap. Dirty Nib going the way of a public game here, getting the corner, going to the North 40. And we've all been here in the light tanks and the heavy tanks and the medium tanks. If you come across a light tank alone on that flank, you can do some big numbers, big damage. You get to control all that side of the map. Shots for days. The Kranwagen of days. Oh, beautiful work. Shots for days. Get it? The Kranwagen of days spotted there from Dirty Nib. The bat chat at the moment, best spotting machine in the game. Absolutely brilliant for it. They're going to cap C. I don't see any way that Days is going to reset that with those two IS-7s there and the bat chat. He may well go up to try and do it, but he will absolutely get flogged if he does it. So quick, get the early cap lead. ARPA haven't been worried by that at all. They've been very comfortable playing from behind and have done a good job of it. I'm not sure what this strat is from ARPA. They have given C up, but quick, they're very connected. If you look at the mini-map down there, they have a lot of support for each tank. Even if ARPA come grinding up through and try and grab that B, they're going to have shots into B. There is an IS-7 from that striker now rolling up. He'll have an overlook on that B cap. Winchelade rolling there as well. That's a 7201K role-playing a breakthrough tank who is now hugging the wall on the western edge of the map. That is such an isolated tank. There has to be some reason that's happening, and that has to be some kind of a strat. But my God, that 7201K is so far out. Winchelade is now there with him as well, so he's probably feeling a little more comfortable. But they're still behind on cap points by 65, 60 points. And that's going to make it a tough time. Baby Potato just holding back in the spawn there. Yennefer and Uni, they're obviously massing for something. They're going to have to make a move. Probably going to make a move around about the 800 mark. If they make it earlier, well, it'll be against the esports gods. That is the number that the teams usually try and push forward on if they're down and behind. You get 2 quick hits or get 2 clears. Doesn't matter how many hit points you have. If you get 2 kills, even if it takes all the hit points of all the other tanks, as long as you don't lose the tank, you can then leapfrog and get to 1,000 points on the cap circle. They are going to try and cap B. Now, this is obviously why they've got the 2 VK7201s over there on the left of screen, because they are hoping to be able to put shots into the tanks resetting. And they've grabbed B and they've stopped them. Well done. Well, we weren't sure what that chess move was all about, but ARPA are over there playing chess and I'm playing checkers. They have absolutely got this. They say styles make fights. And the style of ARPA is very much grinding Quick down. Quick want to do something. They're a doer. They're an active kind of team. ARPA aren't interested. They are just playing really solid football. They're getting across the advantage line. They're constantly making it difficult for Quick to move forward. Quick have realised that they're 2 caps down. It's getting towards the end of the day, and they have to roll forward. But look how back ARPA, all the way back. They've got 3 tanks behind each other there. The 2 VKs on the far flank are slightly out of it, so this is going to be a 6v5. But those VKs can still shoot across on the high line there. Not much happening, but it's about to happen. It's all going to happen, and it's going to happen quick. Dirty dropping the tungsten shells, looking to get shots into Black Pipe. Object's there, though. Object rolling forward for ARPA. They're going to rotate Striker in. to keep the hit points going. The back shot of Dirty Nib going all the way around the back. Days in big trouble here. Striker again in the IS-7. Dirty Nib doing a great job rotating around. The reactive armor has been dropped. Dirty Nib's got one more to go in, and that's the end of Days. Dirty Devotion is out as well. This is a ding-dong battle, but look at the counter. 925. This is what we're talking about. They're going to flip Alexandria, and that's going to put them just about on the top of the mountain. 985, 815, 990, 950. They got one back. Big Black Pipe's got to go out. They've got to get him. They have. 965, 880. The cap points are grinding on. They can't stop him. 980. They've got to get someone in that B cap. They're not letting them. Look at KM Slots driving in. Yennefer. They've got to get it out. Look at Dirty Nib desperately holding. Well-driven Arpa. Well-driven. We talked about it. Get to 800. Make something happen. Grab them back. And they're very, very happy on their way. They've got to feel confident after that. That was a sterling effort right across the board. They set that push up. They set the counter up for the push, and it worked perfectly. They were too far ahead on cap points. Quick, gallant defeat. They were right there. They kept dragging that cap point back. But at the end of the day, there's only so many hit points on a tank, and you can't hold that cap forever. Well done, Arpa. Absolutely class.
So congratulations, Team Quick, with the third place in Blitz Stellar Cup European Championship. It was a pleasure to have you in the finals, I would say. And now we know that you can show us amazingly beautiful and professional gameplay, and you can play against the strongest teams of European region. So congratulations with the third place. Please do not give up and play some more professional tournaments. That was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was. They didn't look out of place.
Right.
And they fought hard for everything. They gave it their all. That strat at the end from Arpa was very solid. They were just really strong strats all the way through. Nothing spectacular. Cover fire, share hit points, get a cap, grind them down. Nothing fancy. And we were expecting fancy. I was expecting some fancy. Nothing fancy there at all. Didn't really take a lot of light tanks. Didn't do much mobility-wise, just sat in a cap and made the other guy work. And that's how you do it sometimes.
Yeah, we've discussed it. We are expecting some surprises from the European region. And surprise, there are no surprises.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
There are some long standing in the battles. And that is not typical for a European region. But we have what we have. So in the grand finals, we have Bad Bug playing versus Appa. Again, this battle is going to be legendary. Ooh. Okay, let's discuss how it was with the Honorable 9-0. Please join us in the studio and let's talk a little bit. It was,
G'day, mate.
as you said, Appa in the grand finals.
They got back to it. They showed some good stuff here, absolutely. I like to see that. And yeah, Trick was really struggling to keep up with the pace of API, and also I figured out that API was constantly playing a little bit heavier than Quick did. So Quick was relying a lot on outplaying API on the movement, and they were not quite able to do so. So we're going to talk about the battles here for a second again. Normandy was the first one. API ended up winning this one. API was very aggressive in the middle here with a lot of heavy tanks and just managed to recap basically, or get back to basically rotate over the map. I think Quick kind of messed up here, just not seeing that rotation pushed in very light onto the B cap. They had a hit point disadvantage there and struggled to do so. API just did really good on the counter push up to the heavy side without really being counted too much here, and they ended up just having almost all the tanks still alive until the very end of the game. You can see great hit point sharing here. All the tanks are low on hit points, but no one got killed here on API side. So that's just perfect in tournament terms here. Exactly what you want to do. Second game then on Rockfield, where it was Quick going for this sneaky double cap of base B. Always a very risky move that we are not seeing often in tournaments. But it was actually Big Black Pipe here on the other batch getting hammered as he was first spotting, yet API again having more hit points, just pushing into the heavy side with all the heavy tanks. Yet they were just kind of biting their teeth out and overcommitting to this push a little bit. They were getting bled out here as they were pushing in there. The batchets on the enemy team, double batchets on Crick's side, were rotating out towards base C, having some crossfire, not struggling too much to take out the enemy batchet either, since it got punished so early on. So it was just a lot of good map control for the Crick team here. I really like to see that. And we are also moving on to the next one. Here already Ghost Factor. It was first move for Crick into the decap. I think they got the cap advantage, while API did not really do too much for the start. Yet then Crick was rotating over towards base A as well, and they actually ended up really getting cap advantage, double caps. API still tried to counter. Crick was doing better, yet Crick gave up the map control. API did a great job of just pushing back into Crick and just coming back with the points and also the kills then in the end. Here on Middleburg then, it was only one batchet on Crick's side taking the control over the hill, just giving the double cap advantage to the Crick guys. Yet they were not able to just sit it out on that, since they had Striker getting punished as he moved out of B for 1.7k hit points it was actually. And API was able to just crush the city, take double bases and comfortably win the game on the points then. But last game, again, API did not start with the base point advantage. It was Crick once more taking the cap lead. Yet Crick again did not manage to keep up with the caps here. API just spread out very widely on this game, took all the map control, took double caps, then pushed back the Crick team so they could not punish the B cap anymore, and Crick desperately tried to push in. Yet API was having so many mouses and big heavy tanks on the field, no mediums or light tanks for them again, so that the Crick team just did not manage to push in effectively there. Again, API just playing a lot heavier, having all the mouses, often playing full heavy with their lineups, and just still rotating quite quickly, while the Crick team was just struggling a bit more with those rotations, just not being able to use their batchets to the maximum to go for the maximum map control and push out isolated tanks of API, since we gotta just acknowledge here how well API positioned all the tanks close together, no one isolated at all. That's what made them win in the end here.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get away with it like that against B-Love. I think B-Love, if they have a light, will actually strangle the map control a bit. But they got everything they wanted. They never had to work really for the map control. They just got it. They really did get away with it.
It's also kind of just API's playstyle to not really start aggressively. They are just throwing their heavy tanks right at the middle and just waiting a little bit, giving the enemies the cap. It's fine for them. Enemies can take the base, but API wants to be safe. They want to be playing the game where they can reposition for every single battle, no matter what comes. So whatever the enemy does, they will have an answer to that. They won't have any isolated tanks, and they can come back then in the very last minutes then and go for some cap still, just reposition all the tanks properly to have the crossfire set up to punish the enemies then, and just make the enemies push in the very end, because that's what most teams are struggling with, not the initial strategy, but the pushes in the end game. Then when you have to get creative and have to build up a new strategy while you're playing, that's the difficult part of it, because you just kind of need multiple strategies in one battle. So the first strat and then the strat to get the cap advantage again, get the double caps or so, and get the kills at the same time. That's very, very difficult then for every single player on the teams.
I like how you use the word creative. You have to be creative here, If you want to get some money, be creative. Okay.
Very difficult for the callers as well, and you just have to think about how do you send in the tanks with multiple pushes at the same time, because it's not only just one position you have to tell them at the start of the battle, but second position, third position, and so on. And
yeah. So, Paul, you told that you have some predictions about the grand final, and before we start the first match, you said that really Apathy will be playing against Bad Bug, and you are right. Here we go with these legendary two teams fighting against each other. So we are playing best of 9. That means we need 5 victories. What are your expectations here?
I might have to adjust my prediction because API seems to be better than I thought again. We're not struggling at all. It will be close. Yeah, I still count on Beloved to win. This by close margin though. So I hope to see all the battles possible, but I don't know. It might be just API missing out on 2 points. So 5-3 would be right. Yeah.
5-3. Okay. So no map decider here.
I'm going for 9 games again. We want 9 games. Come on. We need 9. We need a 5-4 win for one of
Let's
these
show
teams.
Asia regions that Europe can do it too.
I would be very happy.
Yeah.
Tiebreaker time.
Okay, so and nothing special according to the setup, right? So we'll still see some German heavy setup from both teams.
Yeah, these teams are
Maybe
not known for
TDs.
like very finicky strategies. They're just playing their games with all the map control and safe pushes. That's their strength, just the team play. And yeah, I think that Beloved might be playing very similar to API here, yet maybe they are just a bit faster than API. I don't know. I will see that because the Beloved or API just did not play any light tanks basically just once, and it was not rocking out. I just remember Rockfield there.
Yeah, it didn't work very well for him. Yeah.
Why so?
So if there are any more light tanks for Beloved, and if they make it work better than Quick here, yeah, they could have a good time.
We'll
Also
see.
no mediums yet.
We'll see.
Yeah, not a single medium tank yet.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
But why so? I don't understand. Will
at
the
the start of the
situation change
season?
dramatically if they have a light tank in the team? In the versus?
Well, I guess you've got to have the guys that drive them as well. Like, you've got to have a specialized light tank driver. I'm not certain that. I mean, we see the guys on Quick just then, like we saw Dirty Nib. He wasn't really getting it done against the heavies. You've got to have a whole game plan built around it, and you've got to have options too. Like ARPA are just giving nothing to a light tank. It's not like they're going out and trying to find the bat chat. Just like, you can have that. We're just not going to give you anything else. And
especially when there are the FE215Bs on the field with a speed boost, they are really good at hammering out the shots into the lights.
Really bad.
They can just counter really quickly, then that's a problem. But still, there are options for light tanks potentially, especially it also depends on the maps then. I'm not sure what maps we're going to see there yet, but if there are wider maps, then the light tanks can also work out really well for pushing in and just putting out 2 clips into the back of some enemy, and it's basically a dead one. So,
yeah.
Okay, we're
very,
going
very
to see
effective as well.
Castilla. We're going to see Castilla, and also not kind of popular game in this.
Yeah, it's the first
in
time we've
this
seen
finals,
it in a while,
yeah?
Castilla, yeah.
Yeah, it might be a lot of lights on that one, maybe 3 to 4 lights there. Maybe some Leo as well for the DPM damage output from the rear then. Bit of camping, map control.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So we'll see what the teams have prepared for the grand finals, and who will be on our interview. The winner of APA, the captain of APA or the captain of Bad Bug. We'll know it pretty soon. So Paul, we'll see you after the second match. Thank you for amazing analytics, and let's check the best part of this stream. Bushka, of course.
Here we go. Are we going to have a look at the names?
I'm talking about the interviews that we have prepared with the captains of the teams so playing in grand finals of our European region, and that's always a pleasure to meet these faces in, like, not in real life, unfortunately, but on our screens. Here's the live. So let's watch the interview.
Oh, it's a really difficult question. No. I can't talk about this. Terrible public outside of the team. Village of fools. They should be bad.
3 fingers, 3 words.
Megamind. Unpredicted. Tangle. We have nice long preparations. We go to training room, we go through the positions. Usually, every scenario, we have different options how to go around. We can push, and this is our good reason of our team.
The other team, they don't fear us and don't take us seriously as a team. I think this is our main advantage in the match.
Calm, immediacy, and crazy.
Madness, transcendental thinking.
Meticulous, cautious, yet incisive team.
Aggression, precision, and experiment.
Was definitely against BPS in the lower bracket. It was a match which was deciding whether or not we'd go to grand finals, and we won in tiebreak.
We're against the Svil and Habibi teams. This is teams of the top 16 to 32 level, and they beat us to 0 at the qualification stage.
It's Deadpool because he is unpredicted, unkilled, and he makes some crazy and interesting moving in battle. Like because of the fast decision making and perfection.
It is smell jokers.
We have Ventium, so usually when it starts going a bit south, he will be going about how we should communicate, and I think overall we try to stay positive, even though we're losing, try to step back, or just think about what's going on and react properly to the situation and get back into the next game.
Our captain striker called us that we know all strats, we know all what we must do in battle. He told us that we are good player and we must win next battle.
I'm being to remind them that we live in a manner our lives. What difficult moments can there be?
For me, it is to speak Russian, because anyone in the team who doesn't speak Russian fluently, if communication is on point, it's really easy to play around the other players in the team. Please get ready for training, because all of our players have some causes why they wait for training.
As a team, we were faced with the problem that we couldn't put together a complete lineup. Constant chronic tilt of the composition, international depression is stable daily state of this team.
Last season we lost 3 core players, and we've had a bit of trouble finding the correct replacements, but now this season we're expecting to hopefully do well with those new players.
Warm up before the game starts. We have not pre-match rituals, but we all wish us good luck 1-1 and go battle.
I like to take a shower and do some pull-ups to sharpen my mind.
No. We don't have any jokers here.
Elmery in BUC 2022, I remember him going nuts after we won the finals, and he was shaking on camera. It was quite funny.
Nick Ace, most of his jokes aren't really shareable public outside of the team.
I want to tell, and today and in Blitz Stellar Cup, full respect all supporters community.
Well, I hope we'll entertain you with some good matches.
Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting us along the way. I see your predictions. Keep cheering, and again, thanks a lot. We have had so many conflicts so far. There has been, but it gets usually handled pretty nicely. I'd say everything gets handled in a way we can go to a point where both sides of the argument agree, where both may, and we can move on. Our team, not many disagreements. Our disagreements based on maybe strategy, and we share who want to propose something interesting, try this, and so we have not disagreement before match or in battle. You really need to, the communications is key. So talk to the players you are playing with. And on the other hand, if you are in where it's tight, but you are not live, you should just be quiet unless you have something really important to say to the players remaining. When we are in there, our hands and fingers make all what we need for win. Or no.
Win or no?
Oh, win or no?
I like this last moment of the interview. Oh, and it's a pleasure to meet the same faces that were given an interview to us last.
He's growing a beard this time.
Yeah. I was talking about Vartan, who is the captain of Bedbug team.
Yeah, he's growing the beard this time.
Yeah, and also I like that the world changes, but the carpet on his wall is still there.
Still the
Still
same
there.
carpet. Good on him.
That's amazing. Stability. Yeah, the island of stability in this world. Okay, so we're moving closer to the last match, to the last battles of Blitz Stellar Cup Championship of European region, and pretty soon we're going to see the match between Bad Bug and between ABBA. These are two strongest teams who already won some huge tournaments, and they already have the champion titles. But who will be the strongest team of this Blitz Stellar Cup? Oh, we don't know. The chances are equal, I guess. Maybe the captain of Bad Bug won't agree with me.
No, he's a pretty firm believer in himself. But ABBA have been there, and even though they've replaced 3 key members, as I was saying, maybe this has been a good thing, because they certainly look like they're growing as the tournament has gone on.
Right.
Being beaten by Quick might have been the positive for them, because it's given them another round to work on their team and to improve and to take that loss and get some chemistry back. So maybe they're going into this final a little stronger than they would have if they had have gone in and tried to fight Bedbug yesterday.
We'll see. Let's check the visit cards to feel this team's energy once again. Bedbug and ABBA. Let's recall their names in our memories and let's watch the beautiful video.
Here we go, the bat chat sliding around the top there. Psychopath Evgeny. We've seen him do so much before in the big stage. Here we go. Rumpelstiltskin from B-Love. Just the all-star team. They've been there, they've done that, they've won. They're defending the title right now. The big buffing Jaegeroo rolling through the top. Oh, reversing in the Kranberg is not going to help you. We're in the turret. That's Skiloidius Big. The canal map. No, not the canal map. The Castilla map. The Castilla map. The temple map. Oh, it's all happening. It's classical. Classical for B-Love. Loves the classical. Little chasey Roo down there. The B-Love team in the familiar orange and black stripes. Larushka.
Yeah.
I got it. That's right. The 183 teetering on the precipice of greatness. It's Latovsky. And there we go. Wonderful bit. Kitsune X-God, a final member of the Bedbug team, the much favoured. They've got to be the red-hot favourites. They were sensational in the opening bracket, and they have not looked bad once. They have looked absolutely rock solid. ARPA have looked better, but is that as good as the Bedbugs? I don't know. We're definitely going to find out.
Yeah, the team is as cool as Varta's mustache and beard.
Can't
Same
be that
coolness
cool.
level.
Can't be that cool.
Yeah. Okay, let's check ABBA's visit card. This legendary guys here.
There they are. It's a bloke who's put every letter in the alphabet in his name. Can't get enough of that. The ARPA team, Uni, wonderful IS7 work on Ghost Factory. Looked every inch the champion there. There's Yennefer from Vengebend. Wonderful bit of jumping from there from Winchalade. Drove the VK7201 into the ground. The pipe monster general, doing wonderful things. The pipe in the Bat Chatillon 25T. Object was rolling the 215B to within a limit of its life. There's days. Oh my days. He looks wonderful. And that is the 7 tanks that make up the ARPA tilt.
Beautiful avatar. Okay, Snake.
Snake.
Yeah. Snake versus Anime Girl. Here is the legendary final, yeah, with these beautiful avatars. Let's check pick events and see which maps will be played in the grand finals.
Pick band. Castilla, Normandy. Well, I hope you got those quick. I saw
You
the
didn't
first
learn
two.
them by heart?
Yeah, I don't know them by heart. No, unfortunately. Castilla, Normandy, another map, Faust, and then another map,
Rockfield,
which is Rockfield,
Yukon,
and then Yukon,
Alpenstadt,
New Bay.
and Port Bay.
And Port Bay.
And
Wonderful.
Vineyards.
Oh, look, they're back. Arpa's chosen Port Bay. Bedbug looked amazing on Port Bay. In the round against, I think it was 3-2-2, no, against Quick. Yukon, Castilla, no Lagoon, thank God. Vineyards, sad to see that Canal got barred again, but I mean, obviously both teams want to hold onto the tanks and they don't want to use them on Canal. Castilla is going to be a great one to watch. Castilla, Faust, and Port Bay are my favourite looks out of this whole thing. Castilla, just a wild map. Nothing like the public games on Castilla where you just get a whole bunch of TDs camping. Castilla is a moving and shaking kind of map. If you want to run all heavies, you've got to do it without getting spotted. And it's very tough to push if they control the top of the map there on Castilla with Batchats and the like. I think you may actually see ARPA run a light or a medium tank.
What a surprise it would be. Bushka will be very, very happy.
I will, because it's the best gameplay. Zooming around, doing things, active. I love it.
But the same situation might be with the Bedbug.
Yeah,
What will have then? Just
I don't know. Well,
Batchats fighting against each other.
I think Bedbug will manage the light tank game a little better than Quick did. We'll see. Quick, this is their first top tier series, isn't it? And they finished third. So they're only going to get better. Everyone in that team.
But I would say that the Quick team did very, very good job. Yeah.
That's why you should just play tournaments. Go and play tournaments. You never know. You might end up being good at it.
That's absolutely true. Bushka won't play.
It's free. You just click on the button, join your team, off you go.
Yeah, because anyway, you pay for the internet, right?
Yeah, you pay for your internet, I suppose.
Yeah, okay, so guys, the first map we're going to see is Castilla. Let's check the map. Let's wish best of luck to both teams. And we are praying for 9 battles. We're wishing best of luck. And I would say calmness to the team players.
Let's have a little bit of calm.
Yeah.
Castilla, the middle of the map. This is where hopes and dreams come crashing down. If you can control this area here, you can do a lot. But obviously, you don't get it for free. And if you're up here, someone else on the map is moving. Usually in the esports scenario, we see people rotating around behind the people on the hill and someone holding the front end. You can then have people bailing off the top of the hill and it gets very, very exciting. I want to see lights on that hill shredding. That's my pick. I want to see them up there. Get them up there. Make me happy.
I can't understand how it's possible to pick a Castilla map in the finals.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
It's a weird one.
That's why we do pick bans. Like, for those of you who don't know out there, you get to pick and you get to ban. That's the name, pick ban. So you sometimes don't get perfect map choices. Your team gets to choose one that they might not particularly love having. And that's possibly what we've got here. Castilla is a wild card of a map.
Yeah, but for example, they've banned Ghost Factory, Lagoon.
Yeah.
You called them? Yeah, you asked them?
I said,
you
get rid of Lagoon. I'm actually warming to Ghost Factory. Ghost Factory was a lot of fun last map.
Yeah, but why don't like Lagoon?
Because it's weird how tanks get stuck in bad situations on Lagoon more than any other map, where you'll have 4 tanks on one side of a rock and 3 tanks on the other, and you just can't get there in time to do anything. And it's one of those maps that is it penalizes teams that are even slightly out of position. And because of that, I feel like there's less close games on Lagoon.
Okay, so let's check how the teams will play on Castilla. Best of luck. Let's get it started. Fingers crossed we're playing best of 9. That means we need 5 victories.
Yeah, let's have some close ones. Here we go. Look at them. 3 bat chats from ARPA. 3 bat chats. 4 bat chats. Oh my good God. They have gone batshit crazy. What in the world? B-Love are looking at this and going, is this been a mistake? I think they've chosen the wrong tanks. And the craziest thing about this is look at where the Batchats are going. They're not even going anywhere near the top of the hill. B-Love would be like chomping at the bit. Look at them, like they're going up the top. Look at this, we're going to go up the top. We're going to eat all these Batchats alive. Well, no, you're not. They're not going to be anywhere near there. This is such a brave way to start the game. And they aren't playing them in a traditional role. I think ARPA have saved all their super tricky strats for the final. I don't know if it's going to work or not. No one is spotted on the map despite having 4 light tanks in one game. I'm frothing at the mouth here, Alexandra. This is as good as it gets. Batchats as far as the eye can see. There is one Batchat just loitering at the back. You can see right behind the A cap there, seeing if anyone from B-Love goes wandering. How do you keep 3 mouses from being spotted? What the hell? Uni and Yennefer are tiptoeing through the tulips behind the B cap here. How do you get 2 mouses past on that? Look at them. Unbelievable scenes. That is a roundabout way to get into the B cap. How can you have 4 light tanks on a map and no one is spotted? Finally, mouse of Yennefer and Uni. Now, they would have set this up for the Batchats to support. There is someone signaling at the C cap there. They're paying a hefty price. Psychopath Evgeny is down there pushing upwards. There's Skilordius B. They have got the B cap and they've got the C cap. It wasn't the way you'd expect it, having that many Batchats in a map, but they've grabbed BC and the 215Bs of B-Love are rolling hot and heavy through the A cap. Everyone settle back, take a breath. There is a lot of time left on this map, and you would be rightfully worried if you were B-Love about pushing through anywhere. Those cappers, those clippers of the ARPA boys, that is a lot of DPM available to dump if they can isolate a tank anywhere. Right now, the hit points squarely in favour of Bedbug, but that's only to be expected when one team is running 1,800 hit point tanks for more than half of its team. The heavies are so important here. Yennefer and Uni are going to have to hold there in the middle and not bleed too much so that they can access all the damage potential that is in the light tank clippers. Vata rolling back through the back end of the ARPA cap area there. Big Black Pipe is looking straight down that alleyway and spotting Vata. You can see Psychopath Evgeny nuzzling forward into the boxes there behind the B cap. They should be able to get into that B cap to do something, but really this is a stunning strat. They are spread out right across the back and they've got all their clippers rolling along, looking down that B cap line. Classical and Psychopath Evgeny have been every bit as careful moving their heavies up as Yennefer and Uni were getting the mouses through into that B cap area. Big Black Pipe is still looking down that gun line at Vata. There is a heavy tank, Skilordius. Here we go, the recap. We expected to see this. Uni getting a flogging there, trying to reset this. Skilordius is answering back. Can they maximize this? The Batchats are rotating hard. They've isolated down the back end, and they're going to try and clip Vata out while Uni and Psychopath Evgeny start going 1v1. The Alphabet's coming in on the left-hand side here. They're looking to isolate. There's Vata. Object is the first to arrive. He's going to go straight in. He's got the swimmers on. He's in the deep end. He's having a good time. He might take one for his troubles. He takes a huge dog. But Vata's about to get clipped. There's too many tanks around him. They are trading tanks. Vata's going to go out. Object looks like he could going out. They couldn't quite clear him. The mouse has gone down. ARPA, 820 hit points. They are losing caps. They are losing caps. They've got the VK, 867.12. The Happy, that's, they're in trouble now. They don't have enough hit points. They don't have any caps. The heavies of B-Love have just started pushing back. They are firing back though. Yennefer in the middle, having an absolute whale of a time, surrounded on all sides. 908 points. They're not getting any points while Yennefer's there. Object in the back chat on 551, rolling back in. Daze and Big Black Pipe looking to get stuck into Rumpelstiltskin from B-Love. 896 versus 788. Daze nearly done. He's about to finish the clip. Here comes the damage, boys and girls. 1 Pussycat, 2 Pussycat, 3 Pussycat, and it's all over there. 960, they're nearly there, but here comes Scoloidius. Kitsune's gone. Daze desperately hanging on, and he's out the back door. Winchelade, Big Black Pipe. Classical is rolling down in the 215B, ignoring Big Black Pipe, going for Winchelade. 952, 908. Oh, that's going to no. Punch, counter punch. They've got to take someone out now. It's got to be Classical. Where's Object when you need him? He's in the cap. He's bringing it back. 980, 948. This is neck and neck. Are they going to get there in time? They can clear one of these tanks so quickly. 996, 1,000. Woo! We have a game on our hands. What an incredible match. What an absolutely incredible match.
They looks like they're afraid to be happy.
Oh my God.
But they just won this game.
That
was beautiful.
2 teams at the top of their form, throwing punches all over the map. You can see this strat. They are using the bat chats the way they're meant to be used, as mobile DPM burst damage, just smashing stuff out. But the tanks that the guys on B-Love have got, the 215Bs, they are the tanks that the bat chats hate the most. With that speed boost and that hash, Varda did really well to stay up as long as he could down the bottom here. It was very tough for Daze. Daze and Object, they bled a lot there, just trying to get Varda out. He was left on like 20 hit points. Yennefer, that cannot be overstated, how tough that was. Yennefer staying in that cap forced those tanks to stay there and get rid of them, because otherwise they weren't going to get any points from that B cap. That was a clutch play. Look how good Classical is. Ignores Big Black Pipe. Scoloidius goes straight down to get the kill on Winchelade. That is such good tanking. You are privileged to be watching it. That is the EU finals we were looking for.
Absolutely.
4 bat chats.
Can you say that bot chats decided the map outcome?
Arpa didn't play a bat chat for love or money against Quick. You're like, well, they've given up. They're just playing heavies. They're going to be solid and all this.
They've decided to take bot chats for every game that bot chats were not present.
Well, if that's how Castilla's going to be every time, I would love to see it. I would love to see that. That came down to nothing. That was legendary battle. That was a great fight.
Yeah. Okay, what's going to happen on the Normandy map that was picked by Abba? We'll know. Best of luck to both teams. I bet there will be some heavy setup again.
Yeah, well, Normandy does lend itself to a more heavy setup than that, but I don't know what they're going to do. I've got no idea.
Maybe Appa will drive crazy and put some tank destroyers in the setup.
We've seen a few badges and WZ113 GFTs out and about. Normandy. The most exciting part of Normandy in the past has been the play and counterplay down on the beach area here, where you have an area that you can sneak an IS-7 almost falling down the cliff, but just popping back up. We've seen some very cool moments in Blitz Esports down on that flank. We've also seen a lot. The Asia finals, for instance, were decided on Normandy at one point, and they had amazing light tank play across the top here. Now, we are seeing ARPA have gone back to their heavy set best, and this is what they ran on Normandy last time. They won. Why would they change anything at all? B-Love also rolling a very heavy focus team. More 9001Ps here, which is a very specific tank. The 9001P, obviously, wow. B-Love are not moving. B-Love are not moving. Is this intentional? Or have they got the spawns mixed up? They may well have got the spawns mixed up, because it looks like everyone's not moving.
Yeah, probably.
And I think they're not moving because they don't want to give anything away. So they've all stopped. It's 1-0 at the moment to Bedbug.
Imagine this is a strategy.
This is the strat. This is the strat. We've run out of petrol strat. They are all just holding firmly here, looking beautiful. Wonderful bit of mouse there. I mean, big and buffy. What a great looking
That's
bit of
a piece
camo.
of art.
It is. It's a work of art.
Installation.
It's incredible how far the game has come. Like, that skin right there for Kitsune X God, oh my lord. When I commentated the first Twister Cup in like 2016, there was no camo. Everyone was drab olive green, and that was it. This is a... Woo! Oh, look at this.
We're like in the museum.
This is like, just, frankly, this is quite exciting. Look at these skins. Look at how good this looks. Lots of 215Bs. Now, that's going to be a little bit upsetting because, obviously, both teams have seen each other's lineup now. So they know what's going down.
I know what was the problem.
What was the problem?
Encounter.
Encounter?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Ooh.
forget everything you just saw. But we saw some beautiful camos and attachments, of course. And now we are changing the battle type. And of course, we need to play Supremacy because the previous battle showed us that Supremacy can be wild.
Supremacy is the best.
Absolutely. Yeah. So teams are getting ready. They had some rest for a couple of minutes. Yeah. We've enjoyed the beautiful tanks on the Normandy seaside. And let's get it started again. Best of luck to both teams. We are ready to start as soon as teams are ready. And this is a kind of reminder that we are playing best of 9. That means we need 5 victories. And that means that we are hoping, fingers crossed, for 9 beautiful players, battles. Players. We still have 7 players in the team, not 9.
Well, I hope that no one was disadvantaged by that. And we should see just the random nature of the game coming to the fore. You're always going to have to overcome, challenges in life. And this could very well be the challenge that makes BLove or ARPA the champions of the European server. How they respond to that initial game is going to be key. That was a tough one to lose for BLove. They have looked dominant all the way through this. They dispatched Quick very, very easily, 4-1 in the upper bracket final. And to lose the first one out the gate to ARPA in what was honestly just a beautiful game, it's got to really sting. So ARPA, they're running double Chieftain, double 215B, triple 215B, a Kranvagen and a Mouse. Scoloidius, Kitsune, Vada, they're all in the standards: Mouse, Kranvagen, Nagenhagen, FV 215B, triple VK, double VK, and double 9001P. So I think there are a couple of slight changes there for the ARPA team. I don't think there was anything really changed from Bedbug. So you can see Yennefer just firing one off on the top turnbuckle there, seeing if anyone was spotting. That's one of the key things about going low. It is very much a game of trust. They've grabbed C. That is BLove. They have the cap lead. ARPA have shown that they really do take it steadily. They like to set the sails early, just go smooth into the sunset, and then grind on through to the other side. They did that very well against Quick. Quick is a different kettle of fish to the Psychopath Yevgeny, Vardas, and co. Triple Tanks down the bottom here. What are they doing? They are shuffling around, forming somewhat of a chevron there, the arrowhead formation. They're sending Days low. They're sending Days low. This is what we talk about on this ACAP, the counterplay around. Oh, Uni just taking a HE shell, I think that was, from way up the back. I'm not sure who shot that one. Classical, these two teams very much know each other. They've played so many matches against each other. It is a very, very well-turned field. They are rotating all the way through. Days is sliding down the mountain, turning around These 215Bs for ARPA, they can't sit still. They've rolled again. They are rolling back up through the 1 spawn now. They're going to grab the decap. They've got 3 heavies behind B. B-Love have got a nice line right across the top, but there is a 215B, I think it's Scaloidius Big, who is all the way back between the 3 and the 2 marker at the south end of your mini-map there. 4 minutes 35 to go. No one doing anything to anybody. Don't run away from Love, guys. And why would B-Love move forward? They are well up on cap points. They're 140 points up on cap. So Supremacy definitely favouring the Brave there. Grabbing that C cap early was key. ARPA weren't keen on isolating a tank up at C. They know that B-Love can't be trusted in that regard. They may well have been baiting and waiting to plough through the field there and squeeze an early lead on the guns. But B-Love have yet to lose a hit point. Uni on the mouse copped a couple early on, but nothing since. You can hear everyone firing. They're basically letting off the guns, trying to see if they're spotted, working out where the enemy is. They can figure that out. These guys know the view ranges of specific tanks. They know the positions on the map. They can tell exactly where someone is from where they are spotted. The Kranwagen rolling right through the middle there for ARPA, linking up. They've got good support there from Yennefer and Winchellade. B-Love in more of a shock absorber setup. They may try and cap B here. That's a big call. I don't know if they're going to get away with that one. B-Love seem absolutely ready for it. They've got 4 tanks high on the decap. B-Love have a tank out there on the left. I think it's Psychopath Evgeny, who will spot anything rolling. They have 2 tanks behind C, 1 wide right. Winchellade just edging forward. The handle of the whip here is absolutely with B-Love. Winchellade, Vada. You can see Psychopath Evgeny gets shots across for Winchellade. Yennefer would love to sneak forward and cap that. They've rolled the Mark 6s because they've got that gun depression, the high DPM. That's another shot across from Yennefer into the blind shot on the bush. There's no one there, unfortunately, though. They're just trying to figure out exactly where B-Love is, and then they're going to make their push. 2 minutes 28 to go. They've got to do something, and it looks like they're going to stack high. You can see Winchellade and Yennefer rolling all the way back around through. Are B-Love going to read this? And are they going to read it correctly? There is a member of the team for B-Love who is still down behind the A cap, guarding that cap against no one. ARPA have got to time this right. As soon as they get spotted, they are all going to come screaming through. Everyone from B-Love is going to roll back up along the gun line. They're going to come around that corner like the sea, rolling in at high tide. Hello, says Uni. We're here. Let's have a party. I'm driving into your cap. Are you hard enough? Come and have a hit. I like getting punched right in the face. He's in the C cap. Here comes Daze. Here comes Object. Here comes Big Black Pipe. They're going to psycho right through into Rumpelstiltskin. He's going to be the first cab off the rank. Uni and the Mouse doing a brilliant job just staying alive. Classical now being supported by Scaloidius Big. How can B-Love cover? Can they get back in there? Uni has to go. He's going to go out soon. He's on 350 hit points. Not before Classical, though. 2 guns down. Uni's still alive. They haven't got a hold of him. Big Black Pipe now. They're into Scaloidius. They are surrounding him. What a fantastic push here from ARPA. They rolled across the top. Uni is finally out. That's 3 guns down. Object is looking very dangerously low, but he's all the way at the back. They are now back to just a 1-gun advantage. 728 versus 697. ARPA have done great, but they still have so much to do. Latovsky's low. He's obviously the next call. Here comes Yennefer. Big Black Pipe. Object. Another one out. 5v3. Hit points don't matter. It's all about the guns at this level. They are 2 caps now. They're trying to get back into it. Daze is on Vada. He's got all the DPM versus Vada. Can Big Black Pipe giving him a hand? Vada taking hits from everywhere, holding desperately. The 761 on the hit point pull of the Supremacy counter. They're going to cap that back. It's now a 2v5, 2v4. Yevgeny, he's going to go. He can't hold forever. He's done a very, very, very good job in that B cap, but that's it. ARPA have come to play. No one saw this. No one saw this. Wow. Who the hell are these guys? And where have the real ARPA team gone? Where is the ARPA team that got beaten by Quick 4-3 in the preliminary rounds? No, not interested. Not interested.
You see? Here we go. What beautiful battle it was. Well, great job by ARPA. Great push.
I mean, B-Love looked composed, but they had a tank down behind that A-cap. It might have been Kitsune's God. There he is, right on the right of your screen now. He was behind that A-cap forever. And ARPA just pushed, and they were so quick. There was a long period of time where there was no one spotted from ARPA, and surely B-Love must be kicking themselves now. That was the opportunity for them to roll back up and get set for the push, but you can't know where it's coming from. You just don't know. And without light tanks to spot and give vision, no, I'm joking. It was just great. It was just great. Wonderful push by ARPA. Wonderful push.
Yes. Oh, what's wrong with Belov?
They just were too passive. They were so they had everything in their favor. They had the supremacy points. They had good connectivity at the back. But what they didn't have was any idea that ARPA were coming. And it only took, 20 seconds, 30 seconds? That was it. Once that first tank went down, it was dominoes. Like, these guys are too good.
Yeah. ARPA, they made it like very classical way. One by one, they killed the opponents. And it's
absolute masterclass.
No magic here, but very, very good.
Yeah. You can't give these teams that edge. You can't let them have a flank for free for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
They will take a tank, and once they get one up, they're just going to out-trade. They're not going to muck up.
Yeah, no chance for a mistake in the grand finals.
No.
That is Blitz Cup. So the next map we're going to see is Faust. Yeah, another black dark map in the World of Tanks Blitz. Yeah, that was the choice of B-Love team. Maybe they will fight for the first victory point in this match to make this match a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But as for now, 2-0 is the current score, and ARPA is showing its power. So, Faust map, best of luck to the teams.
Yeah, B-Love are better than that. They're better than 2-0. I fully expect them to come back and win this one. They are very, very good tankers. They've won before. They're the defending champions. They looked best of the whole bunch all the way through. ARPA have grown as a team. Obviously, they've got 3 new members to their core, and those members are starting to fire on all cylinders. But, I mean, I would expect B-Love to step back in the ring and get a win here. The Faust map, really one of those maps that punishes mistakes. You can get stuck down the bottom of the map, up the top of the A-cap area there. If you get stuck in the missile silo, things go very badly, very, very quickly. High on life. They're all going up to the A-cap, the B-Love team. They're moving together. We might see, maybe, just maybe, we'll see B-Love be a touch more aggressive here and not cede so much of the map control to ARPA. ARPA setting up the VK7201s on, well, it's really a custom-made area for that tank. They can just poke those massive turrets across the top of that very small incline. Litovsky getting spotted. We've got Big Black Pipe in the bat chat. He's right down around the C-cap at the moment, though. No light tanks for B-Love. They do have a Badger, our first Badger of the finals. And they're going to grab C pretty comfortably, ARPA here. B-Love should grab A very shortly after. There are 4 tanks around that. What are they doing? Oh, Psychopath Yevgeny. Here we go. The Joker is out of the pack. They've decided to boost. This is a desperate move. They don't usually work these boosts unless they do. And when they do, they work amazingly. But, I mean, they're hoping that Evgeny is going to be able to get shots across. They're hoping that B-Love are going to come forward. And Evgeny in the Badger is going to be able to just go hull down and dump that 4,000 damage per minute that he's got there on that 400 odd alpha gun. But ARPA have to agree to do that. And they don't look like moving forward. They have got 2 caps, and B-Love are going to have to do something here. I have no idea what kind of lines of fire and angles Evgeny has up the top there, but I don't think it's going to be decided there. B-Love are holding form here at the top. 2 caps to 1. They're about, whoa, Latovsky. He's got very amorous there with Uni. Yennefer is rolling down. Here comes the alphabet. They need to clear one of these tanks. Latovsky from B-Love. He's got Skaloidius Big coming in now, and this is where things start to fall apart. Uni is nearly down though. This is a very good move from Latovsky. Latovsky hanging on for grim death. Has to clear. Yennefer doesn't. Oh, Yennefer's on. Uni's on 7 hit points. That is the margin of victory. 7 hit points. Keeps that gun in the game. The alphabet, Kitsunek's gone, and Skaloidius Big rolling down the mountain there. Yennefer doing a brilliant job of hit point sharing. Uni finally goes out, but it's cost them. You can see that they are off the top of the turnbuckle there with the Badger. Psychopath Evgeny is now driving that thing down in the middle of everything. The alphabet in big trouble now. Skaloidius Big going into B now, hiding on a recap, stopping the points from going forward. This is neck and neck. Psychopath Evgeny wants to get stuck into Yennefer. Yennefer's not interested in hanging around. Takes another hit from the other side. Look at Evgeny starting to just jam down on the DPM. This is why you bring a Badger. It's a brutal tank to get in front of. No one likes it. W key forward. Keep pressing the button and see what comes out the other end. But still, against all of that, Yennefer's still alive, 47 hit points. Skaloidius Big has been forced to go back, and that's given up at the time it needs to regather. 8:54 on the clock. They're edging towards a 3-0 start. This is against all the odds. Evgeny gets absolutely nuked in the back door, and Big Black Pipe comes in and drops the magazine, and that's it. Skaloidius Big can't do anything. Just too many hit points to plow through. Too many caps to grab. Not enough mobility. Days just going to roll forward, offer himself up for a little bit of taparoo. The hit points are going to roll, but the supremacy points are probably going to get it done. Oh no, there goes the bat chat. Backdoor bat chat. Thanks very much, Big Black Pipe. And that is a boil over. A start to 3-0 ARPA. 3-0 ARPA. They are playing like it is ARPA the champions, not ARPA the challenger.
Absolutely true. I'm very happy for ARPA. However, I want to see Bedbug to...
Come on, Bedbug.
Yeah. To call to the comeback bureau finally, please.
See, this is the thing. The they would have been great if the Badger came into the game. And the Badger did come into the game at the end. But they were desperate for someone from B-Love, were desperate for someone from ARPA to come up and get under the gun of that Badger, but they didn't. They didn't need to move. That's not how ARPA works. They don't give you free stuff. They are playing such considered tanking. I mean, look at Evgeny here in the Badger. As long as he can keep tanks in front of him, he is just dumping so much damage. But once he needed to get into a cap to stop the cap from going, he got absolutely roisted by Big Black Pipe, who rolled in on that bat chat and just kept dumping clips into all these tanks.
What can I say? ARPA is well prepared.
It stank a little bit of desperation, that move with the Badger, putting someone up on top. Oh.
Yeah, and seems like the Bad Bug team, they're very, very self-confident.
Yeah, they are. And they need to wake up and get into it quick, because ARPA are not going to give you anything.
Yeah, and it's too obvious that ARPA was preparing for this match, and they've been spending a lot of time fighting and training, and it looks like Bad Bug were very confident, and they just skipped all these preparations. Maybe I'm wrong, but Bad Bug, come on.
Well, Bedbug flogged
Show
everyone.
us
They beat
what
everyone.
you can do.
They beat everyone. And they are the upper bracket champions. They got to the grand final for a reason. ARPA were not playing like this. They weren't playing like this. Oh, here we go. Rockfield. This is where ARPA lost to Quick. Hopefully B-Love were watching that.
Now they know their big spots.
Yeah. Fingers crossed that they were watching that, because what ARPA did against Quick was not great. Quick looked excellent. They got early caps. They were aggressive. They were inventive. And I think at the moment, B-Love's kind of playing the way that ARPA was playing against Quick, but ARPA's being far more aggressive, and they're just taking it to them. Here we go. We have Big Black Pipe, who has been killing it in the bat chat. He's hoping for a better game than he had last time against Quick here in the lower bracket final. He got nuked off the start. He's going high to the A cap. There will be no other light tank challenging him. There is one light. Now, he is not actually going to go up to the A cap there. He's holding and loitering just behind that. Wow. We've got our first medium of the day. By the way, we have an STB1 Spinosaurus. That is Rumpelstiltskin's rolling that one. And they're indicating there that there is someone at the back. You saw that on the mini-map. Well done for Big Black Pipe. He's left. He's gone. He's out of there. He was probably there for a reset or just to give a little bit of vision. Latovsky and Skalordius bigger spotted. They haven't jumped into A yet. Now, if you're new to Blitz as an esport, one of the toughest caps here to get is A. Once they have that C cap area secure, if there's no pressure, it's very... Whoa, 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 whoa. Back it up, back it up, back it up one time, buddy.
Oh my God.
My God. What are they doing? What are they doing? You're 3-0 down. You're 3-0 down. And this is what you're doing. Are you out of your mind? This is absolutely crazy. This never works. Oh my good God. Surely Bedbug are just, oh my God, they are crackers. They are wild. Look, you've got to salute them. According to the mini-map, now look at this. This is just insane to save this for the grand final. I hope that they can do something with this. Rumpelstiltskin is all the way up the top there. He is in a tank with a massive, massive amount of gun depression. He can do wild things, but they've got to get him shots. They have to get him shots. Now, they're going to be making a push on the left-hand side there. Big Black Pipe, Winchelade. We're going to be watching here for the shots to ring off the top of the mountain. Yevgeny tried this on Faust. ARPA did not oblige. They gave him nothing. They gave him no shots. It is going to be very difficult to not give Rumpelstiltskin shots. That is a tank with a huge amount of gun depression, and he is all the way up the top of a mountain. That is a lot of DPM, and he can fire that premium AP round. It does about 310 alpha, but it has over 300 millimeters of penetration. Evgeny, he's isolated himself. Are they trying to get a little bit of a bait push here going down the middle? 640 to 440. B-Love are well back. Have they seen this strat before? Big Black Pipe does not want any of it. He is not pressing the fire button. He is not... Evgeny just took a hit. Evgeny just took a hit. I'm not sure who from. Everyone is spotted. Everyone's getting spotted on the B-Love team. They're desperately trying to spot targets for Rumpelstiltskin. There we go. There's one spotted, but they are well outside of anything that the STB1 can shoot at. They've got to get heavies over here. They've got to get all the heavies over here. And this is no good. Rumpelstiltskin and the STB1 can't do anything about this. Oh, he's missed a shot into the back of Winchelade. Winchelade must be going, where the hell is that coming from? Well, we're going to leave him exactly where he is. The shots are going to come or they're not going to come. Object getting flogged. Yennefer getting flogged. They may not need it. The STB1 might not be doing the business here. Varda, they're just going to plain old trade them out. 5 tanks versus 6 down here on this corner. Psychopath Evgeny has pushed through. They need to clear object. Big Black Pipe is there. Here comes Rumpelstiltskin rolling down the mountain like thunder. Oh God, he's tracked himself. This has not gone according to plan. Big Black Piper's into it now. They have got a massive gun advantage. This has been the weirdest game of Blitz. Big Black Pipe, he's got support at the back. Rumpelstiltskin is in the cap though. Winchelade's about to go out the back door. Classical, Kitsu next god, Latovsky, Scalordius Big. They're lining up like the Cowboys and their kin to come rolling in. Winchelade's going to get sat on. There goes Scalordius Big into the back door. Big Black Pipe in the back chat, holding tight up at the A cap. I don't think it matters. Winchelade's out. They've got too many tanks. They've got too many hit points. It was weird. It was wild. It was wacky. We probably won't want to talk about it afterwards, but they may well just get the job done. Rumpelstiltskin gets one in. Big Black Pipe's going to clip him. Clipped. 4v2. Big Black Pipe's going to be instrumental here if they do anything. Days and Fada going head-to-head. Here comes Latovsky. He's dropped the hammer. Scaloidius. Kitsune's gone. They're recapping the A-cap. I don't think it's going to matter. Look, in all honesty, Days would want to be Superman to get anything done here. He's doing his best to get shots into Latovsky, but there's no hit points left at the table. And the boys and girls of B-Love are going away with their first win of the Grand Final Series. It was ugly. It was odd. But it worked. What the hell
Did
was
they
that?
win due to this push? Of course not.
The guys from ARPA are going to go back and look at that and just go, okay, there were just 7 tanks on a hill while we were sitting there doing nothing. I mean, look at them.
But they're happy. They're happy. They made some fun content. And it's always a pleasure to see
Who
it in
thought
the
they'd make
finals.
a TikTok while they were doing the finals? Look, I'd love to know how much damage Rumpelstiltskin actually did at the end of the day. But Bedbug, they're Mavericks. They're loose. You can't trust them with the keys to the car, but my goodness, they're doing a conga line up the top. Choo, choo, choo goes the trade. Rumpelstiltskin, classical, keep pushing. Ooh, squeeze sink now in rugby terms, and then everyone falls off. And at the end of the day, they just outflank them, run them through the heavy route, and win the trades. I mean, it was such a typical game when they got up here around the C-cap. It was just better gunfighting from B-Love, and it wasn't very close, to be honest. They dominated around this C-cap. I don't know what ARPA were thinking. Like, they must have just been so confused with what was going on. Did Rumpelstiltskin do anything at the top? I don't know. I would love to know his damage. Because, my goodness, ARPA didn't give them anything there. Big Black Pipe had a great game in the bat chat. ARPA gave him nothing, though. They really didn't give Rumpelstiltskin looks. They must have seen that strat before.
3-1 is the current score, and thank you, Beloved. That made me laugh.
How did Bed win that match?
Maybe the strategy of the Beloved was to confuse APA,
Yeah,
and this way
confused
make
me.
them lose.
Release some endorphins, feel happy, go out there and tank. I mean, oh, wow. What a weird match. But they won. We got a series, 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. Okay, so that means that we will see more beautiful battles during this match, of course. Next map we're going to see is Alpenstadt.
Alpenstadt. Yeah, look, the town here gets very popular.
Right.
Very popular with the big boys, the heavies, the baffers, the biffers, the boffers. We might see some work on the medium flank, but generally the winners have come from whoever wins the counter push. Everyone goes, sets themselves up, medium, heavy flank, whatever, and then they isolate that one tank and it spirals from there. We saw that on the Asia server finals. We saw that, I think it was Origin did that on the North American finals. Just better trades. No, it was Rote Nova. It was Rote Nova on Asia.
Right.
They
So
did
Rote
very
Nova.
well in the trades. You've got to get through to that trading section first, though, and that generally means you're going to be running big fat heavies all the way through town, doing the business with a lot of hit points.
The dangerous thing is there is also a possibility to make some pushes on the Alpenstadt.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that players will use common sense. However, that might work.
We saw nothing from Quick and ARPA. Nothing fancy at all. 2 games in a row. 4 bat chats on Castilla was nuts. 4 bat chats. Psychopath Evgeny on Faust in a Badger going on top of the missile silo. And then Rumpelstiltskin taking an STB1 like so far out you couldn't even see him. What the hell are they going to do next?
We call it Europe.
Yeah, Europe. Oh my God.
That's beautiful. Okay, so Alpenstadt, best of luck to both teams. 3-1 is the current score.
Yeah, I want to see a little plaque up the top for Rumpelstiltskin. Like we get on Fort Despair with Messi. Alpenstadt, a tale of 2 flanks. Do you want to go and be a big heavy in the town? Do you want to go and be a fast heavy like a 215B out the flank? One of those 2 things is going to happen. Who does it best is going to be super important. I've got no way of predicting these 2 teams. They are absolutely wild. Big Black Pipe sticking with the Batchat 25T, so he should. Vada in the Batchat 25T, very, very good light tank driver is the Vada. We're seeing some 9001Ps, a couple of 7201Ks, a mouse, double 215B, Yennefer rolling the mouse, born to it, Uni in the mouse, Days in the mouse, Winchelade and Object in a couple of 7201Ks. Just wonderful stuff. Vada getting spotted, Big Black Pipe doing the business there. But I think Vada was expecting that, was certainly quick back off the mountain. 3-1 to ARPA here. They have 2 games to win. They have a lot of games left to do it. So all the pressure on Bedbug. Psychopath Evgeny is down underneath that B cap. Vada way out on the flank, but if you look through the middle here, Uni, Yennefer, Days are all rolling through into that cap. That is going to be a 3v3. They're going to watch their flanks here because the 215B, I think B-Love were kind of expecting a push down the middle. They're situated very nicely for it. Evgeny is going to be able to roll around that flank and get side shots. If they're not careful in the Batchat, he's already rolling through. Uni and co haven't spent too much of the petrol yet, though, and they are backing off. That was more of a cap push than it was a clear push. I would be a little worried if I'm Uni. There is no cover on the flank for Uni at all. Vada is going to be able to get shots across into Uni if he wants them. No, Big Black Pipe is going back out there and he's challenging. Got to be careful. There is another heavy coming up the back end there. Big Black Pipe and Latovsky are going to be spotting each other in a very short while. Object can't support him. Days can't support him. Big Black Pipe is in all trouble out in the tanks. They're going to have to isolate someone else. That'll be Psychopath Evgeny, I think. Object is going in. Days is going in. ARPA, Big Black Pipe, he's out. Vada, he took him to 246 points, but Latovsky rolled in and did the business. There goes Winchelade. I don't love that as a push. They need to clear Rumpelstiltskin before he gets down that hill because Kitsunex God and Classical are coming sideways in there and they will be looking into Winchelade and Uni and Yennefer. They are doing a better job in town. Rumpelstiltskin, 15 hit points. That's got to be heartbreaking. Winchelade goes out the back door, and now they are 2 tanks up. That is desperately unhappy for ARPA. How do you roll tanks to that level? Scaloidius big, super low. Rumpelstiltskin, super low. I don't know if they're going to get any of them cleared. They get Rumpelstiltskin cleared. 4v3, but no hit points. No hit points at all. Days is going to go. That was well played by B-Love. Really well played. They covered that flank. Uni was going to bleed to death unless Big Black Pipe got out there and got rid of Vada, and Latovsky was in a position to absolutely support that. No problems at all. It's like a sea of tomato there, isn't it, for Latovsky? Very difficult. Days not going down easy in the mouse. Wonderful knock, but it'll be too little too late. Tale of 2 cities. The flank was where all the action happened. I know it looked like it was in town there, but the clutch play was Latovsky supporting Vada, who went down to a one-shot, getting the clear on Big Black Pipe, and then rolling that flank in. They counter-pushed through town. ARPA knew they had to counter-push. They didn't have the tanks, and they were set up for that counter-push. Beautifully set up. Very deep, very nice. Scaloidius big, 3,300 in the mouse. Vada, 3K in the bat chat. Well done, team.
So seems like Belov is back
They're
to back. Congratulations, 3-2 is the current score, and we just saw the power of Belov team.
If we watch this, it's pretty neck and neck all the way through. They cap B, they're pretty comfortable with it. They ARPA do, and they're comfortable to sit. But Uni gets stuck in a really compromising position, and when they try and cover, they lose that tank, and then it's just trades. They were so unlucky. Look at Rumpelstiltskin. He's on 15 hit points. If Rumpelstiltskin gets rolled 15 more hit points, then that mouse fight down in the tunnel is still going, and they don't lose that extra tank, they've got a chance. But there was a couple of times where they just couldn't finish the tanks in front of them. That's competitive tanking. You're not going to get all the shots to roll. You're not going to hit all the ammo racks. You just got to do your best.
Yeah, competitive tank, and here we go. I like this phrase very much. So the next map is going to be Yukon. And again, let's breathe some fresh air on this map. The current score is 3-2, and we are showing Belov is playing comeback games. Okay, so APA is not giving up, of course, and maybe we'll see 9 battles today, but who knows? We need 5 victories for one of these teams to call them the champions. Beautiful avatars that are already in your garage. You can set them and decorate your profile and support your favorite team this way. It's a pleasure, and it's not a secret that I'm wearing APA avatar. You can check it in our profile in Wargaming Clan. So I'm rooting for APA. Yeah, best of luck, my favorite guys.
Well, I'm just rooting for good tanking, and so far every game has seen that.
He's such a gentleman.
Well, I just love seeing these games when they're playing the best of the best. And these guys are incredibly talented. They're not just good tankers, but they're good teams.
Of
and there's
course.
such a big difference between just going and grinding a win rate in a public match and between being able to counter push a bunch of people like B-Love and come out on top. I'm enjoying this. This is great tanking. You should be feeling very lucky to be having a look at it. Honestly, these guys are doing everything. And they are so out of the box. We've seen nothing but surprises in this grand final. It's been wonderful. I don't know how we're going to go on Yukon. The middle of this map is a graveyard for hopes and dreams. Crossing on Yukon, there's always angles. Whoever manages to do it better and maintain the caps in the middle generally comes out on top. It's where you bleed the most. We've seen a lot of people fail on flank pushes. We've seen a lot of people win on hard pushes down the middle.
Teams are getting ready for the next battle, APA versus Belov. Let's watch the visit cards again and let's recall the name of the champions.
Yes, well, there's ARPA. They have a narrow lead at the moment, 3-2. They were 3-0 up, so it's a testament to B-Love. Uni been playing a wonderful, wonderful heavy tank role. There's Yennefer, the mouse driver extraordinaire. They've had a lot of success with Winchelade and Yennefer rolling big heavies down the middle. Big Black Pipe has been the designated driver for the light tanks for the ARPA team. We've not seen any mediums from ARPA. The object, he's not rolled any objects. He's just been rolling a whole lot of other tanks. Daze has been a 215B specialist, loves it, does very, very well. ARPA, great team, great looking tanks, great avatar. 3-2 up. Can they clinch 2 more to come home?
And the opponents, very strong team, Belov, the current champions. They are still champions.
Well, they are
Yeah.
champions for a little while yet. Will they grab another one? If they do, it will be on the back of some exciting play from this man here, Psychopath Evgeny. He's been doing some good things. He's driven some very interesting tanks. We saw him with the Badger. Rumpelstiltskin, obviously the hero of the STB1. We don't know if he did any damage in that game, but he certainly made us laugh, which wasn't what I was expecting. When we started off that Rockfield game, lots of Jaegeroo work here on the cards. Scalordius Big, but has been winning more acclaim as a mouse driver. Wonderful, wonderful work there. Classical the unsung hero, just the quiet achiever at the back of the map. Great camo this, the orange and the black, the tiger stripe. I do like it. There's Larushka and the 183 just teetering on the precipice of greatness. Boom goes the dynamite. Latovsky from B-Love. Great team. Great work. Kitsune, ex-god. Led ably by Vada doing the business. Bedbug, B-Love.
Yeah, I like that the avatar of Belov is very, very cute girl.
Cute little anime girl.
Yeah, and then we go with the Belov team members. Brutal man fighting tanks. Yeah, oh, that's
the
nice.
juxtaposition, the duality of man.
Yukon map.
Yukon. Now, I did mention that this is a map where crossing the middle seems to be the most dangerous of occupations. There are a lot of angles here. We've seen multiple TDs lined up on this map throughout the final series across all 3 final series. I wouldn't expect it to be a TD heavy map, but I would expect there to be some big alpha guns like a 7201 looking across the middle of that heavy route. Big Black Pipe has been doing so well in the bat chat. Why change it now? 2215B for ARPA. 2 mouses, Unis in the mouse along with Yennefer. Winchelade, of course, also in the mouse. And then we've got a 7201K there as well. Vada in the bat chat for B-Love. So they're fighting Fire of Fire. Scalordius Big, Kitsune X-God, Rumpelstiltskin. They're all in the 7201Ks or the mouses. So here we go. B cap going to get taken and C cap is going to get taken. They're going to double cap B, so they're going to get it pretty quickly. Are they going to bypass C cap so as not to give any information to the enemy on their whereabouts? This is what we were talking about. Crossing here is everything. Winchelade already taking a little hit in the mouse. They are crossing aggressively. No, they're going to pull back. That was probably a little much. Big Black Pipe is all the way up the flank, but you can see Vada has taken the opportunity here. He may well just go and grab A. Someone is indicating section 3. That is Psychopath Evgeny. He's letting his teammate know they are in C. Now, Vada in the light tank is rolling all the way around behind A. Is he going to take it or is he going to progress? He's going to grab A. So they're going to get C and D for ARPA, and B-Love are going to grab A and B. So B-Love are up at the moment. Vada are going to get some more points before B-Love cap that second. So B-Love are going to be about 40 points behind, which is just under. If they get 1 kill ahead, that still won't be enough to catch up in terms of supremacy points. And this is where it gets very dangerous. Once you've settled in here, once everyone's got their caps, once the map position has been divided, I prefer at the moment the disposition of B-Love. They are a lot more connected. They've got 3 tanks stacked across the middle, another in B, 1 heavy all the way down in the spawn. That is Scalordius Big. ARPA are doing a better job now, though. They are starting to move up so they can support the back end of that C cap. Neither of these teams wants to be caught at a disadvantage in a push. They know that the hit point sharing and the focus firing of both these teams is excellent. If you get caught 3v2, you're going to get drilled. They're just too good. There's no fairy tales and hopes and dreams with these guys. They don't miss the shots that you and I may well miss. Uni and Winchelade holding behind that C cap. Vada heavily stacked on the A cap. He's super mobile though. The Clipper can get anywhere, anytime. Not sure what Big Black Pipe is doing out the back behind the D cap, supporting his teammate. ARPA look like they're starting to make a move here as B-Love actually compresses. They've given a little bit of ground there. They're reorganizing. They are going to get all 7 tanks stacked behind B and A. ARPA are in dangerous territory here. Anytime one of these teams has been able to manifest a numbers advantage behind a cap point and push, they have done extraordinarily well. Days pushing up with Yennefer, so they do have crossfire here. If Evgeny and Rumpelstiltskin roll through, they'll clear him. Uni taking a hit. Bad trades there for Uni. They're trying to isolate Evgeny. Here comes Rumpelstiltskin and Classic. And this is the problem. B-Love are rolling through that cap. They've got 3 tanks there versus 2. And this is an almost exact counter push from ARPA. They are rolling through the B cap. Are they going to get there quick enough? Varda is rolling around the back end of B. He's going to want to get side shots. Big Black Pipe has anticipated that, and he is rolling back into that 1-2 spawn there as well. Uni is in big strife here. Classical and Kitsune X God. They're going to roll in. This is a 3v2. Psychopath Evgeny is low, though. He is in the same shape on the other end of the map. Here comes the 215Bs of Object and Days with Yennefer in reserve. This is just a flat-out brawl, boys and girls. Who can hold their hit points hardest the longest? They've refocused. Days is rolling back into the end of... Oh, what a great counter push. Days is going to give a little bit of a hand there. They've lost Winchalade. Psychopath Evgeny is super low. So too is Kitsune X God. Varda is having a fight somewhere at the back with Big Black Pipe, who's dumped a clip into him as well. Object on the way out. Uni on the way out. B-Lover just doing it better. Latovsky looking very, very healthy. Uni's desperately holding on, trying to rotate that turret. Oh, low roll for Latovsky. Uni in for another second, but he can't get the gun to bear on anyone. Can he? He does! Uni gets a shot in.
Supremacy.
It's 5. Oh, he's gone out on the supremacy. Oh.
Congratulations. Here we go. 3-3, equal score right now we have in our finals. Okay. Who is the damage dealer? No one.
That
no
was
one?
just dead even. That was so dead even. ARPA were a little bit behind in the tanks and the hit points, but the way they rotated was very, very tough. It was nearly identical, that rotation. Both went through the caps, the opposing caps. I felt like ARPA were just a little bit too slow. They didn't have the connectivity that B-Love had on that push. B-Love got there first, and that meant that they got to decide who they went for first. ARPA counter pushed really well here. You can see Days and Yennefer, they made a decision to leave Psychopath Evgeny alone and try to help out over here. It counted. They got Kitsune X God out of it. But look at Uni. Uni is desperately hanging on there. That was a low roll, but Uni couldn't get the shots off, and that was the clear there object that took them to 1,000. So B-Love have won 3 in a row after ARPA won 3 in a row. We are now tied 3-all after 6 games, and I mean, these teams are so good. I feel that ARPA had that one if they had just been a little more aggressive. But B-Love are back. B-Love are absolutely back.
Yeah, and maybe that's why ARPA doesn't feel that confident as in the beginning, because B-Love showed that they still have power and they still are able to win matches even against the strongest teams. That's why we see B-Love as the champion, and that's why they're still playing and fighting against the ARPA. The current score is 3-3. How many battles we'll see?
Look, ARPA have looked really good for the first 3 matches because they got to dictate terms and they got to be aggressive, and B-Love let them. In the last 3 matches, B-Love have really dictated the way the game's played. Their pace has been a much better pace. Their temperament and their tempo has been a lot better than it was in the first 3 matches.
So, Port Bay is the next map.
B-Love have got a great strat in Port Bay. I don't know if they're
The
going to run
score is
it again.
equal, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to run. We're basically 0-all. It's best of 3. Whoever wins 2 out of the next 3 is your champion.
Right.
Like,
I like how you changed the format.
yeah,
Now
well,
we
it's
play
just
best of 3.
Best of 3. B-Love had
Amazing.
a great strat here on Port Bay against Quick in the upper bracket finals. They basically put 2 TDs, WZ113s, in the very, very back of the map and let Quick try to cap C. Quick did cap C eventually, but they had to reset it. And while they did that, B-Love just left. They just left and went somewhere else. And so Quick thought that they were going to be doing the business, and they weren't. I don't know if they're going to run that exact same strat again. The hit point sharing has been outstanding from B-Love. No, they're not going to run it. They know that ARPA have seen it. They're not going to run it. There's double bat chat from ARPA. We have a solo bat chat from B-Love. We have our first AMX 50B of the grand final. That is a devastating tank if it gets to put its shots in. They won't be wanting to use that on the front line. What do I know? They probably will use it on the front line because these kids are ridiculous. I mean, you could give them a skateboard with a slingshot and a pole on the end of it, and they'd still be better than I am. Classical from B-Love taking one early tap. That is Black Pipe and Daze. Black Pipe immediately relocating to grab C. I think he's going to go here. They are going to iron fist this C cap. They are leaving no stone left unturned. This is a much more decisive role from ARPA. Psychopath Evgeny taking a couple of hits there. Now, they have given the flank up. If you give that flank up, that's 2 caps. And they are bringing the bat chat back. They have got 2 tanks out of this at the moment, B-Love, which is surprising because they are pushing. They are pushing. This is a big bluff from B-Love. They are 5 tanks versus 7 here, and they are bluffing on the C flank. And they have turned this into a hit point sharing exercise. The boys and girls of ARPA are looking a lot better than the B-Love team here at the moment. Stacked up, reverse side scraping off each other here. Daze in the bat chat is being countered by Psychopath Evgeny. They can't move Psychopath Evgeny from that flank. He's holding the bat chats and getting all the side shots they want. B-Love are rolling a bat chat through now behind the B cap. ARPA are answering very, very well. They currently have the upper hand here. The VKs just doing a better job on this flank. A better tank for it, for poking with the nose. Nothing to side scrape off for those mouses. Daze, oh, Yennefer getting double tapped and triple tapped. That's 1,600 hit points down. They've reversed. The 215B is rolling in. The second bat chat's rolling in. Here comes the Clipper. They've had him in reserve. Oh, Scoloidius missing a shot. That's brutal. They're a tank down. The hit point sharing was brilliant from B-Love last game. Not so this one. The VK7201s dominating that interior corner. Daze having a field day. Evgeny, he's on the flank. He's had to abandon that bridge, I think. He can't hold there much longer. Yennefer's nearly out, though. This will come back to parity on guns. If they can clear Yennefer, they don't. They lose Classical as well as Zatovsky. Evgeny, look at Vada. Vada's got up the top here. He's on a reload. Yennefer's about to go out the back door. Big Black Pipe is going to spot this, I think. Scoloidius big. This is a tide turning. What a great comeback here. They've got 3 tanks low. 1's down. 3 tanks are one-shots. 3 tanks are one-shots. This is incredible. 5v5 now. Vada's had a whale of a time up the top. He's dominated. Big Black Pipe's had 2 into him. 3 into him. It's not going to matter. It's all on Daze and Big Black Pipe in the bat chats. And they've got way too many hit points to churn through. I thought this was done. I thought they dominated that inside section. They were ahead on hit points. They were ahead on tanks. They had everything going for them. And Vada and the 50B of Scoloidius Big have rolled back through and done amazing work. Object goes out. 3v5 now. Scoloidius Big may go. Daze is rolling down there. Big Black Pipe's got 1 left. He needs it. He needs to hit. This is a must hit. This is an absolute must hit. They do. 4v3. But you'd have to think it's the end for the 7201. Look, you don't dream in fairy tales. They don't happen in competitive. These guys are too good and there's too many hit points. But if you're ever going to have one, now is the time to have one. Daze is the only one left. They've got rid of Big Black Pipe. I'll tell you, for me, that was every bit as impressive as ARPA's win on Castilla because they owned that C cap. They were so far up on that C cap and B-Love never got flustered. They never gave in. They never thought it was over. Vada came screaming into the back end when they gave up that B cap hold and they're going to go and track him down. Vada's going to grab him and he should because Vada's played an absolutely incredible knock there on the backside. They're not mucking around. They're not taking chances. They respect ARPA too much. They've done 2 caps. They're just going to get it done and get the win. There you go. There's the spot. Evgeny's going to come around. Rumpelstiltskin's going to come around. Wow. Wow. And Varda, a deserved win. I would love to know how much damage they dished out there in the bat chats. Varda, 4-3 up. They have won 4 in a row. Look at how pumped they are. They are 1 away from victory. This has been emphatic.
Very confident. Very confident, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, Varda with 4K there. Days had 4,700 on the flank. But that 4K from Varda and Psychopath Evgeny held the bridge. And he stopped Days from clearing all the way across. Varda getting up the top. If you want to see a masterclass in counter pushing, this is it. This is it. They were done. The fact that the 7201s have such strong nose armor means that they were much better at coming around this C cap. There was nothing for the Mouses to side scrape off. But this is where it starts going pear-shaped. Look at Varda. He's got up the top. They pushed him up, or he got up there himself. I don't know how he did it, but once he got up there, that was it. They were exposed, and when they tried to angle to him, Evgeny was on the far side of the bridge, getting cross shots for days. They couldn't come up there and push Varda because of that. If they went up the top, Evgeny was just going to nuke them in the tailpipe. And slowly but surely, this went from an APA overrun to a B-Love easy. And it was so impressive. I mean, this is the best tanking we've seen so far in this grand final series. That was a comeback. Make no mistakes, they were down. That was a comeback. That was so composed.
Absolutely agree. 3v4 is the current score, and Bad Bug made it real from the scratch to
My God, they've won 4 straight.
yeah, to leading position.
4 straight. Lose 3 straight, win 4 straight. That's EU.
Yeah.
I got no
So
idea.
only 1 point, 1.4 below to win the championship, or maybe 2 points for the APA to get the champion title. What's going to happen? We'll know. And actually, the New May, old April, New May may be the decider of this match.
I want to see the tiebreaker, but B-Love are
You
playing.
understand that this map might be a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Ah.
B-Love are playing so well, I can't see APA beating them.
Yeah, but I still believe in APA. Guys, my love and support with you. I believe in your power. Do not give up. And let's check how New Bay will affect this match.
New Bay. This is the map that we saw Barcode do 7.5k in the NA series. I think that was in the top 4. It's a tough map. If you don't control the middle where the bridges are, you've really got to win the B cap area. You've got to be able to control the tank park. Crossing, if you don't control the middle, is perilous in the extreme. But controlling the middle is dangerous. It's very dangerous. Here we go. Varda's back in the bat chat. Why would you put him in anything else ever? Big Black Pipe is going to play a 7201k. They've given up the light tank dream. Varda and Code rolling straight down to that A-cap area there. He's going to get high on the bridge. No, he's actually going to go underneath. He's going to take an aggressive spotting strat off this ramp here. You can see just ahead, edging up. Litovsky behind the B-cap. APA are going for a rock-solid push through the heavy tank park here. This is dangerous. B-Love are going to get the high ground. They're going to get the high ground, and they're going to get the gun line. APA are going to get the first cap. No one is going to take B, but I'll tell you what, if APA don't get across to B now, and B-Love own the top of that map, it will be very, very difficult for APA to get across there at any point in time. Uni is the chosen one. He's rolling up there in a mouse. He's going to be spotting across there, and that's going to allow Winchelade, Big Black Pipe, Daze, and Object to cross if they wish. The only problem with that, obviously, is while he is spotting that area, he is also spotted. And B-Love are very, very good at isolating targets and finishing them off. B-Love rolling through into the B-cap now. APA rather, rolling through into the B-cap now. Litovsky, Scalordius Big, they're not fast, they're giving ground. B-Love are very good at absorbing this and being a bit fluid with their movement. This is what we were worried about. Here comes Kitsune's God. There's Psychopath Evgeny. Kitsune's God, oh, he misses the shot, but not so Rumpelstiltskin. He dumps one straight in, and they're going to hit point share. Look at that. Rumpelstiltskin going up the front, takes one from Days, I think, or Big Black Pipe at the back. Psychopath Evgeny might be the go here down low, but they're going to keep pushing up. Watch out for Classical coming through. And just like that, this has become an absolute brawl fest. Rumpelstiltskin goes out. Uni's been up there for a long time. He was always going to go. It's gun sharing. Vada and co just behind. Winchelade and Latovsky over here. This is not good news for Winchelade. They need to make it up somewhere else on the map. They're starting to bleed across the board now. Arpa, though, slightly ahead on the hit points. Winchelade's done a great job to get just through that. He's gone now, but they're down even on 2 tanks. Latovsky, Kitsune's God is in big trouble against Yennefer up the top. They've got to get this tank. Okay, they did. 4v4. Object's going to go out next. This is a masterclass. Masterclass in focus firing. 3v4 now. You can't afford a 1v1, but this is the rotten arithmetic of competitive tanking. Latovsky's low, but he's all over there on his own. No one's hitting him, and that, I believe... No, he's gone. He's not gone. He's back. We're back. Vada is going to start to shine now. They've got all 3 tanks together, but the bat chat is loose. They're looking for Classical. They're going to take hits crossing to get him in the VK7201. Look at him bleeding here. They've got equal on hit points, but Latovsky's got so much DPM and he's not missing. This is desperate times. They've got to clear Classical. It's over. They can't do this. 2 VK7201s. They don't have any caps. Vada is going wild in the bat chat at the moment. This is the reverse sweep. B-Love are going to win 5 straight to win this thing. B-Love are going to win 5 in a row and reverse sweep ARPA. Oh, this is brutal. Big Black Pipe, he's reversing. They're doing everything they can. They got rid of Classical. There's no way Vada comes out. Why would he bother? Oh, he's just going to take one at the top. It's the end. It's Days. Oh, my days. What an emphatic, composed B-Love Bedbug team. Absolutely deserving of victory. From 3-0 down to 5-0 winning. Ridiculous.
Here are the emotions. Here are the emotions.
Look
Congratulations.
At Vada. Look at Vada losing it.
Vada, yeah, the captain. So happy for his ear, his voice, his man. Congratulations, B-Love. You are the champions of Blitz Stellar Cup. 2nd time in a row. The strongest tankers. What a comeback. What a skill. What a surprise. What a push. Beautiful. Beautiful. Congratulations. Bad Bug. B-Love. Congratulations. You won this championship. And of course, the cup will go to you guys. Amazing.
What? I mean, they were just better at getting 2v1s and getting 3v2s and constantly finding angles where they had one more tank on the ball than ARPA did. The first 3 games, it was ARPA doing all the heavy yardage, all the decisive gameplay. They pushed in the last game. They gave it a shot. It was so close in both games. But at the end of the day, close doesn't count. It's all about winning. And,
it's all about winning. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well done.
So
Well
let's take a moment to appreciate ARPA in this fight. Yeah. It was very equal, but the champion is Bad Bug. You are taking the first place. You're the champions, and you're the winner of Blitz Stellar Cup. That was a moment of glory for the Bad Bug, who are the champions again of our Europe region. Great job, Papa. Congratulations with the 2nd place, and of course our respects and massive congratulations with the Quick, who are newcomers in the huge tournaments for us, and we want to see more beautiful gameplay so from you, Quick, so please do not give up and play some more big tournaments. We are waiting for the captain of the Bad Bug team for the interview.
Oh,
This legendary man will join us as soon as he is ready. And of course, we want to analyze the second match with 9-0 because that was beautiful, that was legendary, and we have something to discuss. Bushka, was it worthy European final?
I really enjoyed it. I think for me, the first couple of games were ridiculous. Castilla was maybe my favorite game of all the finals. It was right up there. I can't think off the top of my head of any that I preferred. There was a couple on the NA final that were really crazy too. But the way they play B-Love when they start being aggressive, well, not even aggressive, just start being more decisive, is very, very tough to beat. I'd love to see these teams all play against each other. They say styles make fights, and that means that, just because it works on EU doesn't mean it's going to work on Asia and vice versa. But I would love to see it because all these servers have different styles. They all look so different the way they play the game, which is crazy when it's the same game. But they just all look so very, very different when they're playing. And I would love to see them come up against each other and find out which kind of style works best against which, because it's almost like some kind of martial arts discipline. It's wonderful.
Did the APA team have any chance to win against Belov?
Oh, absolutely. They were the one that APA are going to kick themselves for is Port Bay. Port Bay they were a smidgen from clearing tanks and moving on through. They just couldn't crack across. And it was an inspired drive from Vada, the position he took, and Evgeny and Vada with the crossfire that they manufactured there. The Mouses held on just long enough to get the job done. That was the one that APA really needed to hit. If they had got that one, another story, but that was the one that I thought they had the best chance on.
Yeah. I actually like the the days staying alive in the last two battles, not giving up, not just standing in the field, but fighting, trying to do anything. And it was obvious, of course, that he has no chances. But still, he's fighting, not giving up.
You're going to have to come and take it off me, 100%.
Yeah, and that's what I call professional tanking, as you call.
Competitive tanking,
professional
baby.
tanking, yeah. Okay, that was beautiful. So, if our captain is still celebrating the victory and not ready, let's invite 9-0 to the studio. Oh no, here we go. Virtuhan again.
He's back.
Varta,
not Virtuhan. Virtuhan is in the past, right?
Yes, it is the past in a true shadow. Virtuhan is a true shadow.
Okay, agree. Congratulations, man, again.
Thank you, really, thank you.
Well done.
I want to tell, full respect you, full respect Talyan, Daniel, interview support. Also, I want to tell our fan base, Solo Bebrick personality, when we need to train peel up in maps, we have a lot of night training, and when I need to some person, he will be a time every day, every night. And full respect our opponents, enemy, man. No, you know.
Yeah, we know. Thank you so much, Varta. Also, I want to say big hello and congratulations from the one of our colleagues from the Kais. I know that you're good friends and you talk a lot.
Yes, it's my friend. Legend, brother, legend.
Yeah, he asked me to say congratulations. He was rooting for you and your team, so he's a huge fan of you. Congrats from him. Okay, so Varta, should we expect you in the next big tournament?
Yes. No, I don't
Need
know
to
what
check
is that,
calendar,
but-
yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
We have troubles with memories.
Okay, Varta, thank you so much. It's a pleasure that you're fighting so professionally, and just thank you. It was a pleasure for me and for Bushka,
Yeah,
and I know
rocking.
that Arctic
Great
and
work.
Torsik they're
Five in a row.
streaming, yeah,
Yeah.
as well. So that was a legendary match. Thank you.
I also want to tell about streaming process, about commentators time. For example, when there be Italian and Victoria and Pyroblast, it's a new move that the Italian participate in this process, and for this moment, full respect.
Thank you. Her name is Veronica, not. Yeah. So I think that it was a pleasure for Talyan and for Pyroblast to also host these matches because they are watching professional gameplay by you guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice skill.
Yeah. So this is a legendary background.
carpet, yeah.
Bushka, you like it?
I love it. Every time.
Every time. So, Varta, I hope to see you next huge tournament at the same interview. And I wish to congratulate you one more time with this victory. You're the champions. Great job. Congrats.
Thank you. And the guys champions. all this part, he be with me. Legend, man.
Of course.
No.
Of course. So, thank you. Say big hi to your team. And we'll see you soon. Thank you. You're the champion. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Legendary man.
Yeah, he's a loose cannon, but mate, he's a great tanker. He
Yeah.
knows what he's on about.
Yeah, actually he's in the neighboring country right now. He's from Latvia.
Yep.
Yeah, so neighbor, we're in Vilnius streaming for you guys. So let's call 9-0 to the studio to discuss the previous battles. 9-0, hello.
And yeah, also from me, big congratulations to the beloved team for winning. Really epic games. Also API did an awesome job. I really thought they had it at the first 3 games.
Yeah. Did I ever? Yeah.
I can only agree with Bushka here. These games on Castilla, or this game, it was just phenomenal. It was one of the most amazing games ever here in tournaments. Just the kind of strategy, it was based off a strategy of 7-star and BPS that they played in the past, but API just making it work in this very heavy meta was really nice to see. And Pilaf did not sit back. They were moving close together at the start and just pressuring, getting some map control, coming back. They were almost having this again. They were just in really nice positions, taking the bases back. Yet still, the mobility of the batshits cannot be underestimated. They were just running around here. Despite getting shot down, they still managed to pull their clips into the right targets and get into the B cap to win on the points then. Next game here on Normandy. APA just playing very similar to what they did against the Quick team before, going for BA and not really taking a lot of map control. Yet BLAB was playing for the map control, meaning they were spread out a lot here, giving API the chance for an awesome push into them. That was really an amazing push. API just steamrolling them, not going for the caps at all, just taking out one target after another, finding the isolated targets in the lineup there, and they were really decisive. I love to see that, how they just focused on really one tank after another and immediately found the next target, all moved up to take one more gun out here. And after that we got Faust, which obviously also was a win for APA, with the BLAF team committing hard to the A cap, not going for map control at all, boosting up the Betcher there, and then trying to take back the B cap, trying to push back towards API. But API just playing a very safe game for the caps, taking all the triple caps here on the heavy side, just going for a lot of crossfire. They had the advantage position there and they were just crossfiring into the middle. Always very tricky to push into the B area, because in B, in the middle of Faust, you're very exposed, can get shot from these bridges all around, and that was just what API was doing there, just sitting it out on the outer side of the map and just taking out one gun after the next one here on Belov's team until winning on points. Comfortable win for them, to be honest. Now we are getting to the game that was just leaving us all speechless. With the STP getting pushed on to the hill here, I don't think we've ever seen this in tournaments. 5 tanks are needed to push up 1 STP. The I7 Skiloidos was still spotting, just pressuring the enemies a little bit to prevent them from coming close and spotting up the push here. And then the interesting part of this game was actually Belov not really going for base B or so. They were just pushing hard with every other tank into base C and being really successful with this push, while API probably just rather expected some more passive stuff for base B as well, some cap-sided or cap-focused gameplay there. I asked one player still, the STP didn't even do that much, just 1.8k damage in the end. That's really not a tremendous amount. And so Belov was just super effective with this push onto the C cap, isolating tanks and focusing out the targets here. So the STP was basically out of the fight, did not even manage to cap a base A or decap a base A, while the bad shit was there. So obviously both teams had some tanks out of the fight on the other side. But still, Belov just winning this game with a nice boost strat. Next one here on Alpenstadt then. It was API moving into the B cap with triple mouses right at the start, trying to steal that B cap right in front of everyone. And also Belov had a lot of tanks sitting right in front of them, bleeding down the API team here a lot. And this loss of hit points really got to be a bad thing for API. They ended up losing the game basically because of the hit points in the end, while Belov just had really great positions with a lot of map control, taking an aggressive move on the A base, on the medium side there, and crossfiring into B. You can hear me repeat the word crossfire, crossfire, crossfire. It's so important in tournaments to have that map control, have the angles of firing into the enemies. On to Yukon, which got to be the next win for Belov. They focus on the heavy side here, just taking base B first. API was even afraid to move into base C immediately at the start, and API was focusing on the medium side, set it out there a little bit before pushing forwards onto base B, trying to steal that off the enemies. But Belov was just a lot faster on their push, taking base C here with the VK-72s and then isolating those tanks in the middle and just focusing them until they had the points here. But it was crucial for Belov to take the base first here before the enemies. This game really left me puzzled here. How Belov managed to do this. API had really aggressive positions at the start, took the map control, took the control of the corner, had great positions, had great tanks here with the VK-72s right in front, pushed down the Belov team into the river. I thought they had it, but Belov still pushed into the C-cap here with all the tanks and still managed to just crossfire, especially the AMX 50B and the Batshit, which climbed up from behind here, played crucial roles in crossfiring with their clips. And just you can see how the hit points are melting away here on all these tanks. The clippers are really just so pivotal to turning around this game here for Belov, while the mouses just absorbed all the damage. And then in the end, it still turned out to be a comfortable win for Belov, although it really looked like API had this, despite API just being down on the hit points for the main part of the game. So yeah, Belov still just somehow managed to come back from very unfavorable positions. Last game here, Invisible Tank, Object 3 actually. Last game is on New Bay then, where there was some very aggressive move by Water on the Batshit, just pushing deep down into the enemy spawn to spot there, while API focused on taking the bases in the city, pushed up Uni onto the bridge to just spot for the team. He was covered from behind, still had some decent position, yet Belov managed to pressure him enough to just shoot him down here. Also, you can see Kitsune was happening multiple times that he just blocked enemies on the bridge to just deny them from moving out of there again. also, I think the main winning party of this game was just on that B cap, because the B-Lab guys managed to win the city, managed to win base B. They ended up having some great crossfire onto those guys on the bridges. They ended up having triple cap to none, and just having very comfortable positions, still having 2 Clipper tanks on the field, and also the F215B with a great DPM and HE to just shoot down the VKs from behind here. That was it then for API in the very last seconds.
Please prolong your subscription for the replays.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul. So we know the winner. We know how it was, and here we go. Belov is the champion of Europe. Congratulations. Up a second place. I know that they're kind of sad right now. Guys, hugs to you. And I still believe in you that you might get this champion title. Paul, I know, thank you so much for your amazing analytics. It was a pleasure. It is always a pleasure.
Great stuff.
Very
for having me.
intelligent
Good streaming
gentleman.
yesterday
Yeah.
too.
Subscribe to 90 YouTube channel. The name of it is 90. Watch Blitz and enjoy 90 streams and videos, of course. The content is really top notch. Thank you so much. Bushka, thank you.
Thank you for having me. Loved it.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
gentlemen, I'm happy to announce this Blitz Stellar Cup officially closed. It was a pleasure, but without you guys, it won't be possible. Thank you for your support, thank you for watching, and enjoy the keys you received for these streams. We'll see you on the battlefield. We love you. Thank you. Bye-bye.